I typically wait a little bit to make sure we're live. So we'll wait a little bit on the intro, but they're probably hearing me talk right now. But I've had some times where it's like, oh, stream's begun, and then it just lags and buffers and doesn't actually get started for 2 more minutes. So I don't want to go into the
Yeah,
whole spiel until we're locked in for sure.
yeah, I hear that. I hear that for sure.
Okay, so we're going live. We'll see if it happens.
Doesn't seem like it is just yet.
Yes. Okay,
At
it's
least on my
saying,
end.
yeah, no, it's saying we're live, but then it's not showing up. So we're gonna some people in chat, some guys, will this be a snow team? Heck no. We're gonna talk about that. I think that's a people get in this mental vortex where they see a Frostmoth and like, oh, I gotta add us a Titan. I gotta add a Cura. And it's like, no, no, you don't. You really don't. Okay, we're
All right,
definitely
here we go.
live now. All right, so guys, I am here today with Ozma, a longtime tiering contributor, current member of the OU Council, manager for US Midwest, and they've got a fun YouTube channel as well, which is a lot of very high effort videos, not as frequent uploads, but really high effort, fun, compact videos. So, and if you click just that channel, the name in the title, it will send you right there. So definitely check that out. Ozma, thank you for joining.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I've really enjoyed your videos quite a bit, and of course, I've also been a fan of like a lot of your teams, and I've actually used a good few of them just because I think your building style is really like it's not just I think it's succinct, but it's also very like creative and very fun for sure. I align with it quite a bit, and I think, and yeah, I mean, I'm just really happy to be here. Uh, so thank you for having me, Pink Across. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, and I think I'm hoping we can make something creative and fun today with Frostmoth. And before we get into that, I want to quickly ask chat if there's audio balancing issues. We should be all set, but if you can't hear, let me know, and we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. Better early than never, or later for sure. Okay, so
Mhm.
as this goes with Frostmoth, here's the crazy thing. I saw so much negativity in chat, and I'm so like people are like, oh, this is gonna go like the Mega Absol stream. Oh man, Frostmoth is so terrible. Skull reactions in the Discord. I don't get it. This Pokemon, guys, has worked before. We are not. I don't know if it's ever hit rank 1 confirmed, but it's definitely gotten to rank 2 on a hyper offense team. Like it's a Quiver Dance Pokemon, and its ability Ice Scales having special attack damage across the board is I mean, it's nothing short of broken. So I'm frankly, I'm not understanding the hate. I think this is one of the most, other than just when we've built straight up OU Pokemon, this is one of the ones I'm most optimistic about.
Yeah, I think it benefits extremely hard from Tera and Terra Blast, especially,
Mm-hmm.
which really help kind of round off its offensive profile. Because a very big thing is, at least with like past gen, it just got folded really hard by like steel types and honestly, I would say water types too. And so I think for sure it's really like appreciates the climate of this generation, and even though it can be a bit of a Terra Hog from my experience with it, I think it's an extremely like potent Terra Hog. It's very similar to Garganackle in that
Mm-hmm.
respect.
I agree
Um,
completely. Yeah, this thing deserves the Terra. So, and let's talk about the set here. We obviously Quiver Dance, Ice Beam, Terra Blast. Those are absolute no-brainer moves on Frostmoth. From here, there are a few directions we could go. I personally like substitute leftover sets. Some others prefer to run like a Giga Drain as the last. Let's see, I've even seen like Resto Chesto for the last. I'm feeling like substitute. What are you thinking?
Substitute leftovers 100%. That
Yeah.
was the one that I was actually experimenting with like
Mm-hmm.
prior to this stream, because I was mostly trying to take a look at some Pokemon that could be good like complements to Frostmoth. And yeah, I think substitute leftovers is like a really like spooky set, especially with HP investment. The only
Yeah.
issue is that if you do HP investment, that you do end up losing actually quite a bit of power. You actually don't secure some KOs into like actually like not Curum. It was there was
King
something else I was
Kingambit?
thinking of,
Terra
but
Blast ground on Kingambit, maybe?
Oh yeah, King Gambit. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So I think but yeah, I think leftover substitute is great, but it pretty much necessitates Hatterene, which
Not necessarily. There are some other ways. I think. Well, if we're going to screens, the veil. Also, I guess we should establish that we're running this with a Ninetales, right? Like, surely.
yep,
I mean,
100%.
a Frostmoth is a Pokemon best suited to hyper offense. I'm not saying Ninetales Alola is the only good setter. Obviously, there is, there's Grimmsnarl as well. There are good options. However, Frostmoth being an ice type, getting both Veil, Ice Scales on the special side, and that 1.5 times defense boost from Snow is huge. So if you're going to make a Frostmoth screens team, if you will, if you have to use Alola Ninetales. And it's also one of the strongest setters right now, for sure.
Yeah, fully agree. Though I do think people definitely are a little too harsh on Grimmsnarl. I think its general resilience into Dragapult is a really nice quality in this metagame. It feels like Dragapult could be a little rough to check sometimes.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, the combination of... Oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, I also really like the Prio T-Wave as well. That's really useful.
Yeah, I personally prefer the Spirit. I go like dual screen Spirit Break Parting Shot, but the fact that you've got Parting Shot plus that Spirit Break to hit, Dark types, and then on top of that, that deals so well with it. It handles so many threats. Like, you can actually switch in pretty comfortably to Kyurem, Raging Bolt, as you said, Dragapult, Darkrai. Not too bad to switch into either. Of course, it can hit you with a Poison move, but after Light Screen, that's not doing much. So, yeah, honestly, it's good. But anyway, today it will be Ninetales for sure.
Yep, absolutely. So actually, I'm curious. Is there a reason why you don't think we need Hatterene? Because my instinct was because Ninetales and Frosmoth are like, especially Frosmoth, with how we want it to be like relatively healthy to get at least 1 or 2 quiver dances off. My thought process was like something like eject button Hatterene would help create tempo, but also ensure that we can keep the field relatively clear a little bit while keeping like positive, like aggressive tempo.
Yeah, no, I think that's completely fair, and I think Hatterene is without a doubt a strong contender. And we can actually start. I'll get out my notes app here. We can start writing this potential team members. Hatterene is absolutely on the list. But I wouldn't say it's a requirement. One is Mousehold, I was thinking of. It's actually quite good on screens. Obviously, it's like, really good speed, being able to outspeed all those base 110s, and just click that massive population bomb. Now, Mousehold's been in a bit of a rough state since the death of Roaring Moon, because Roaring Moon obviously would knock off helmets and be really good on Veil, and then you'd pair it with Mousehold. So, Mousehold's taken a bit of an L lately. It's true. I won't deny that, but I think it's still worth considering as far as the hazard control side. There is also Cincino, which is, I feel like a worse Mousehold, but in some contexts, it can be better.
I think the fact that it has knockoff itself is like a pretty neat quality, but I believe Iron Valiant is faster. I forgot. Yeah, but I do think Population Bomb is just so ludicrously strong. It's just like, it's really hard to pass up on, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then there is also Cinderace, which is weird on Veil, for sure. But it can work. Like, I get to like an SD Court Change Pyro Ball Sucker Punch set with like Blaze being kind of a thing. Potentially. Probably not. I think Hatterene is a strong option. And then there's also just, normal removal. I feel like even with Hatterene, I think there's a good shot Great Tusk finds its way onto this team. There are a lot of times you just can't, Hatterene alone won't do it. You generally want Hatterene plus a spinner, as I'm sure you know, but for the sake of chat, I'll state it.
Yeah, 100%. On that note, I think Treads is a possible decent option as well. I usually run Treads quite a bit on these sort of like offense teams. While most people tend to run more physically oriented sets, I'm a pretty big fan of the like specially oriented like Steel Beam sets, because those can be really nice for actually like like building tempo while also having like a solid sort of damage dealing option. The only downside is it's pretty lousy into Air Balloon Goldengo, because losing that HP is really bad, on top of the fact that it's immune to Earth Power and Rapid Spin, so it's just like a little rough unless you predict the switch. So but I do think Treads is a really fun mon. I think it could definitely be a possible contender, but Great Tusk is also just like a
Mhm.
lot more defensively consistent.
Yeah, one thing I also want to point out, which is why I'm, of course, this is all theoretical and we don't have not that many members on the team yet. But one reason I'm favoring Tusk a little bit, a big reason people run Treads is it's really good Raging Bolt matchup. The fact that it can kind of act as a
Mm,
partial answer to that. Starting off this team with Frostmoth and Ninetales puts us in a really good place against Raging Bolt. This is something I think a lot of people maybe hadn't considered. Frostmoth is one of the only Pokemon in the tier that can comfortably switch into a Raging Bolt. Now, it's not liking like a Choice Specs Draco, but like those booster energy sets, you come in, you Quiver Dance, you are absolutely winning that interaction, even with Raging Bolt getting the jump on boosting.
mhm. Yeah,
And
no,
Veil or
absolutely.
not, too.
Yeah. So with like, I think I'm open to Great Tusk. Are you thinking just like the like booster speed bulk up stuff, or are you thinking something a little bit more?
Depends on the other members. I think booster speed is generally my favorite on Veil, just because it
Yeah,
gives you a bump of speed, and also just booster speed is typically the best, not all, but typically the best for removal because you can outspeed Dragapult and stuff like that. So
yeah.
yeah, bulk up would likely be the direction we'd be headed.
Hmm.
However, I could see rocks as well, like a spin, headlong, ice spinner rock set, depending on what we end up adding to the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like especially if we now, of course, just like a booster speed tusk with rocks, it's so easy to remove rocks. So if we add like a Goldango to block Corviknight and stuff like that, that could end up being great. But yeah,
Yep.
and that's another thing. I think what we should start with, because we know we'll need removal at some point, but as we don't exactly know how that's going to look, I'd like to start with I guess as what I call a breaking core. I don't know if you're familiar with that terminology,
No,
but
I am.
okay. So like how are we going? Because here's the thing about Frostmoth. It's great. I really do think it's a super high potential sweeper and a really strong Pokemon in the meta. However, not completely, like 90% useless into the stall matchup. We really
Yeah,
can't count on it to do anything there. And Veil in particular is kind of notorious for being bad against stall because Veil itself is totally useless. Like, hazard stack, Hyper Offense has hazards. Webb's hazard stack, even though Webb's is useless, typically has a lot of really strong breakers. But Veil, it's like, wow, you have no resources for the stall matchup. So I'd
yeah,
like to start off with adding some sweepers that can get the
for
job done
sure.
here.
So I'm thinking something. So my sort of thought process is there are a few things. So first of all, we could try something like Hisuian Samurott for alongside a decent knockoff Pokemon. I think that could be potentially useful, but that's also like
Mm-hmm.
generally useful in a vacuum just for Frostmoth, especially if we take an HP invested route.
Yep.
Um, the other option I'm sort of thinking about is like a Pokemon with Taunt. So something that I like to run on Veil, which it's up to you. It's a little bit volatile, and you kind of have to build around it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is Galarian Moltres. I really like it with Taunt, but Taunt Galarian Moltres is a little bit better on like sticky web specifically because
Mm-hmm.
you can afford to drop
Yeah.
agility in that case. But I think but also I think like taunt like Cerulege can be an option. It likes Veil with like the bulk up sets that
Yeah.
it sometimes
But I
runs.
mean, even with taunt, you're just gonna get
Uh,
smoked by Dondozo, aren't you?
um, oh, absolutely, no, you will. But I do think taunt can be potentially helpful. It's probably a little bit better on bulkier teams that could kind of afford to sort of pivot around a little bit more reliably. But
Mm-hmm.
it is an option. I have run like taunt setup mons on Veil before, but
Mm-hmm.
it can be a little tricky to position.
Yeah.
Um,
Wellspring can do that kind of decently as well.
yeah,
But okay,
yeah,
so that's Galarian Moltres is interesting because on one hand, I'm like, I think Galarian Moltres is kind of almost irredeemably bad. I have had so little success with it. On the other hand, it does kind of work well with Frostmoth in the way the Frostmoth can like kind of threaten slash clear Kingambit. They can sort of help each other with that. They're
yep.
both
They can
special
help break.
sweepers, which is nice, so they can soften up, I don't know, like random special walls. And So that, I mean, that there's something to be said for that. Galarian Moltres. And then the
Yeah,
other thing
I
is, I
think
do love it. Like Galarian Moltres, if we can make it work, that would absolutely thrill me because I love it as a Pokemon. But
yeah.
I'm not thinking it's a super strong option just because, for the simple reason that it is a Galarian Moltres.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally hear you. And
Mm.
I'll admit, the teams I've heard I use it on were very more on the experimental side, so I totally hear you if you think it's a little too inconsistent or a little too inconsistent.
Hmm.
But I do like the potential idea because, as you said, like they could both kind of overwhelm King Gambit, for example, or just steel types in general. Um, but yeah, no, I totally hear you.
One other thing you mentioned,
Um,
Samurott. I've seen these
mhm.
this set that I think would work particularly well on Veil is the Black Glasses Swords Dance set because that is a
Yes,
super threatening sweeper in itself, and also just sets those hazards. So that could be pretty cool here.
yes. I love SD Hisui Rot. Oh, I love that mon so much. It is so fun.
Mm.
It's a little
And
slow, but like if you run it with like yeah, like Black Glasses Sucker Punch, it can be quite nice.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, we 100% need like knockoff somewhere on this team, and I think that would just be useful in general for sort of making more progress into bulkier teams.
Mhm.
Um, just in general, especially if we're running a more bulky Frostmoth.
Yeah.
But if we do decide to not go like a more hazard intense route, I do think like there could be potential merit in investing a bit of special attack into Frostmoth, but it kind of depends on sort of like if we want to hit um like I guess like let me see here.
Pull
Possibly something like Goldengo? No.
I'm pulling up the Clodsire calc now. Let's see how much we do with Ice Beam to this thing.
Yes, yeah,
Honestly,
Clodsire, that's a good.
not much. It says with 20 special attack and modest, which is I don't know where this spread's coming from. We're not going to use that, but with that you could do like 40 to 48, which is better than I thought. Honestly, that's a lot
Okay.
better than I thought. So, also as far as Tera types on Frostmoth, that is something I wanted to discuss a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
Tera.
Um
So the obvious option is ground. You basically become a Mammo Swine with Quiver Dance, which is
yep.
great. So ground is, I'd say, the primary option. I think fire and electric deserve a moment of consideration as well, though. First of all,
Yeah.
Scizor just rose to OU, so fire and electric resisting both is nice. Electric also hits Dondozo super effectively. So between that and hitting Clodsire, you turn yourself into. I mean, you're still going to get Blisseyed, so you need an answer, for that or something that can kind of muscle past a Blissey. But electric makes you potentially helpful against some of those bulkier teams. And of course, Bolt
Yeah.
Beam coverage is famously just good. And then there's fire, being able to, hit King Gambit and Goldango super effectively, also resist Sucker Punch, and, just be
Uh
fire.
it doesn't resist Sucker Punch, I don't think,
Oh,
but
sorry, I meant Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch, my bad.
oh, punch. Yeah, 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 bullet punch
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So I've actually really liked electric in when I was experimenting with it a little bit. It's the thing is, it's not like defensively the most useful thing ever, but it
Mm-hmm.
not having very many weaknesses can actually be pretty helpful when we want to kind of set up more aggressively into stuff like let's see, like Goldengo, which like sometimes can run like Thunder Wave and such, and while
Yeah.
also having a Make It Rain resistance, which can be potentially helpful if we want to set up like a substitute more aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it does mean that we are a little more vulnerable to steel types in general, because
Mm-hmm.
if they're able to, or more aggressive ones like King Gambit, because if it's like a bulkier King Gambit, it does have the capacity to beat us 1v1. So I
Mm-hmm.
think really the Terra type is going to depend on how much like King Gambit pressure we have, how much and potentially how much Goldengo pressure we have.
Yeah. Yeah, let's so we can hold off on that for now. I think we can keep hazards and Terra types, hazard control members and Terra types in the back. And we can go back to kind of how thinking about how we're going to make this team offensively formidable and how we're actually going to break. One other thing I wanted to bring up is like we could just do a series of sweepers that force Terra. One actually this one kind of just beats like a lot is Goldengo with Tera Steel Make It Rain. I don't know if you've ever used that
yeah.
set. Use Tera Steel Make It Rain Metal Coat. And basically the only answer to that is you need to Tera your Blissey or Clodsire into Steel. Like that's it. Or Water. You know, you need to do that.
Oh yeah, no, and like a lot of stall teams do run like Dark, so
Yeah.
for the stored power
And some
guys.
don't
So
have
like
Clodsire.
actually,
It straight up
what?
wins like probably more than half the time, but when it
Yep,
doesn't straight up win, it forces a Tera.
yeah, yeah. I guess mostly into Blissey is sort of what I'm thinking. I usually see a lot of Blisseys run like Terra Dark,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
actually,
sorry, that's yes.
I'm totally down for that because yeah, if it can help improve our stall matchup while also, and it's also just like I think another solid way to sort of exert pressure on King Gambit, which I think is another point to
Mm-hmm.
Electric.
Yeah, at +2 with Terra Steel, you kill max HP Gambit. Like it just dies.
What?
Yeah,
No. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on.
with the metal coat. But
I
yeah,
need to look at
I'll
this.
pull up the calc for the chat as well. Metal coat, modest. Yeah, King
Oh
Gambit.
my.
Yeah, so with Terra Steel, come on, it keeps doing stellar.
Wow. That is so unreal. Wow. Goldengo. Dear
Yeah.
God.
Which now I know you guys might say, well, that's terrible. We were just talking about how Frostmoth is a Terra Hog, and it's like, yes, but if the Steel type is dead, you might just be fine clicking Ice Beam. Like if
Yeah.
that's the other thing that I like about Frostmoth as a sweeper is that yes, it is a bit of a Terra Hog. It likes its Terra. However, Ice Beam is a spammable move. Like, it doesn't need Terra nearly as much as most Pokemon running Terra Blast do. Like, Quiver Dance Ice Beam will get you through a surprising amount of matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as long as we have ample steel type pressure, then like we don't always need the Terra. Obviously, it's gonna like it quite a bit of time, but the other thing is that Goldengo may not always need to Terra. In fact, actually, I think more often than not, we can sort of afford to not. But obviously, it's a little bit more matchup dependent. If we're into like a bulkier team, though, Terra Steel Dengo seems like a really cool idea, and I'm actually like I'm all for that. Actually, that sounds really fun.
So yeah, that's a cool option. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the other thing about that option is, if you do go Terra Steel Gold, and it's kind of a weird point there because you're like, well, with Terra Steel Gold, you're beating the vast majority of stall teams, like a lot. Clodsire isn't that common, and they don't run Terra Steel all that much. They often run Terra Dark, so it's like, do you just accept when you see a Terra Steel Clodsire, you take the L, or do you want to keep going further? Do you want to add a Pokemon like an SD Wellspring that's going to be like, oh, you Terra'd? Well, now I'm definitely going to win. I feel like on HO, maybe we just accept beating like 70, 80% of stalls and just take the L when we see the others. But if it fits well, we could add another sweeper, because the only way to really deal with Wellspring is Terra Grass, which is why, like, if you put this Goldengo and a Wellspring together, I mean, it's over. Like, you just...
I'm totally down. I'm totally down to for Ogerpon too, actually. I think that mon is ludicrous. So...
Yeah, and there are other, like, cores that do similar things. Like, there are a lot of Terra... I call them Terra forcing breaking cores, where it's like you got two sweepers that you just can't, you have to the only way that fat teams can deal with it is Terra, and then you just pull out another one. There's like Terra Dark King Gambit is another great option that once you can also work with that Goldengo. Latios forces Terras on stall because with the Psychic Noise Soldu sets, like, you have to Terra Dark your Blissey or Clodsire, otherwise you get farmed by it. So there are a lot of options we can do. I'm just kind of throwing that out as an idea, as a way we could potentially break. But I'm not saying it has to be Goldengo Wellspring, but that's one way we could do it.
Yeah, I think the only issue I have with it is, I think our speed control gets a little dicey. I mean, we probably will have something like Tusk or Treads, probably Tusk. But I do think into more explosive offenses, we are a little uncomfortably reliant on Frostmoth and maybe Tusk. So I guess that's my only concession, but you may disagree.
No, that's being concerned for speed is completely fair. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and that is something we'll have to watch out for with this, because I love to just stack a bunch of slow, fat, bulky sweepers on Veil, but eventually you'll face a Cinderace team, and you don't just want to get rolled by a Darkrai. nasty plotting
Yeah.
either. I want to quickly address in chat. Someone said, this is a quote from Pink Across from a few weeks ago. I honestly think Bear Tick is irredeemably bad. I stand by that quote. I know a Bear Tick team did well. I don't think that changes things. Like,
Yeah. I
you can
mean,
get a pretty bad Pokemon to high ladder with good playing and good support. Like that's
yeah. Yeah, 100%. I remember seeing that team and trying it myself, and yeah, it feels like Beartic was was. It always felt like it just kind of like it died before it actually did anything. You know, like it feels like it really requires very specific conditions, but but it's as Pink Across just said, it's sort of like a case where if you play and position well, you know, obviously you can get it to work. I mean, it's a swift swim mon with high attack. I mean,
Mhm. Yeah. So okay, let's think about this here. Let's try to add something. We'll know we'll have to have hazard control later, and we know it'll either be probably Tusker treads as the ground. We also just given the Frostmoth, we'll want probably a grounded poison to absorb. So
yeah,
I guess it's probably not required with Hatterene and Tusk. We could maybe get around that, but something like an Iron Moth, maybe a bulk up Okidogi, a even like actually there's something potential addition. Something else that I saw that really I thought was cool lately was like Nasty Plot Fezandipity.
oh, I don't
And
think I actually have seen that.
so I had no idea it got Nasty Plot because I saw it run Combine before, but somebody clicked Nasty Plot and then just started destroying me with Tera Dark Pulse plus Nasty Plot, using the famous Dark plus Fairy coverage. And I was like, what the heck? There's a Pokemon with Nasty Plot plus Moonblast out there? Sign me up. So, there's that, which kind
That
of fits
is
our special spam kind of theme. So there's like, yeah, Bulk
that
Up
is so
Okidogi,
interesting.
Iron Moth. There's Glamora we could always use that can do like Meteor Beam stuff, and and then there's like NP Pecharunt. So there are a
Yeah, I was thinking.
few.
I was eyeing down Pesheront actually. I think there could definitely be an angle for it. It's a little bit of extra sort of like backbone if we do need to kind of pivot around a little bit more,
Mhm.
um, which can be helpful. But you could also argue that something like Bezendipity is sort of similar in that department, or Okidogi, because Okidogi and Bezendipity both have a really, really strong Darkrai matchup, which is always really nice. I mean, we probably don't want to rely on Frostmoth for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, thank you, Mr. S, for the £2. Day 21 of wishing me a good stream. I really appreciate it.
oh,
Thank you.
wait, have you been donating every day?
Well, not every day, but
Uh,
every stream. I do two of these a week.
oh, yeah.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
it's very very generous, Mr. S. Um,
Yeah, for
okay.
sure. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably need a grounded poison at some point, maybe, especially if we go Goldengo and then we have like a Hatterene and a Tusk, we might be able to bypass it. But it's worth considering as well. But let's
Yeah.
talk about what's the as you know, but I'll say it for sake of chat. At the beginning of the building process, you have the most freedom. This is where you can kind of add whatever you want, and then once you have three Pokemon, at least on this team, sometimes anywhere between 2 and 4, but on this team I think once we have three Pokemon, that's when we get really constrained with, we need this removal, we need this ground, we this Volt Switch immunity, we need that for rocks, we need that kind of thing. So what's going to be, in your opinion, the absolute strongest sweeper here, something that's going to love Veil and work well with Frostmoth?
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Um. Hmm. So I'm eyeing down a few things. One thing that I'm immediately looking at is Iron Valiant. I
Mm-hmm.
think Iron Valiant is honestly such a crazy Pokemon that a lot of people really take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because of you see everybody running like the same sets and stuff. But I think it's such a versatile sweeper. You can run like really whatever you want on it. It feels like sometimes. Um, it's speed control, which I think is really nice, on top of the fact that it really likes fail to sort of alleviate setup opportunities. I believe it also gives it a little bit of extra resilience into like Raging Bolt Thunderclap if it's
Mm-hmm.
not running like Encore, or if it doesn't want to play with Encore into Thunderclap, which I think is really nice. Um, And in general, I just think it could be a very enticing option. I don't know what you think.
I'd say Iron Valiant is I'm okay with Val Veil, but it feels like just because it has no, I guess no, there's no recovery, there's no drain punch, it's not that fat.
Mhm.
Even with Veil, it's not like this. It's not the sweeper I'd hope it would be, but it's definitely a strong option. I tend to really like it on screens also because it gives us a dragon immunity. We do have Ninetales here, kind of already doing that, but it does give us
Mhm.
speed. Speed is huge. I imagine we would be going with a booster speed set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
And did you have
100%.
like, were you thinking SD or Calm Mind?
Um, kind of going with the special spam sort of theme that we were talking about. I think Calm Mind is definitely a very good is a very solid option, especially because
Mhm.
again, if we're talking about overwhelming like King Gambit and such, it is
Yeah.
a very good choice for that. Um, but
One thing that does worry
I
me also is Scizor. That gives starts us off with like a really
yeah,
bad
that
Scizor
is true.
problem.
Scissor matchup
Um,
very bad, and I think it would almost like kind of lock us into Fire Frostmoth just kind of by nature,
I mean, I'd
which
say
I don't think
electric
is
is fine too. I mean, Scizor is probably taking like absolutely hating a Terra Blast electric at +1.
that's true. That's true.
Like, let
I
me
think
check
it, but
this.
it definitely eliminates ground. I think
I
is
would
sort of
agree. Yeah,
my
it eliminates ground as an option. And then the other thing is because we need to keep for Terra on Frostmoth, we couldn't really Terra. Well, I guess we could Terra the Val for Scizor. Um, but
yeah,
it's
but it's
like,
still gonna take like a lot. We're probably not gonna go with the type that resists Bullet Punch with Iron Valiant. So if it's like Banded Scizor, we're just gonna get deleted anyway.
yeah, yeah, it's not ideal.
Um, Yeah, so Iron Valiant, probably not the best option. I'm just I'm just taking a look here.
I think gold is a pretty strong one. It
Yeah,
well, first it provides that steel resistance, and then it does do the special spam thing. Like this gold, another thing that I think is a little undervalued is actually Frostmoth's matchup into Ting Lu. You might say, like people in chat, like, oh, it you got Ice Beam, just Ice Beam it, but like it's a Ting Lu. Take I don't know how much a guy is taking, but I don't think it's that much. Like it's
like
yeah,
40. It's like gonna take like 40,
plus
maybe.
one, you're doing half. So Ting Lu can come in and on time, and that's not even considering Terra. And then it Terras and takes 0 and whirlwinds you out, and your Frostmoth never does anything. The fact that Goldengo, because with at Nasty Plot +2, I think you kill Ting Lu with this Goldengo or come very close. But even without Terra Steel, you do like 80. You get it really really low. So it
Yeah,
chips those special walls. It has a really good stall matchup. It deals with, it chips King Gambit. It deals with steals well, and it also just being a fat setup Pokemon. It really likes
yeah.
the Veil support.
I
So
I think I think Dengo is like the best option probably.
okay,
Just like I
let's
really
go
like
with
your
that
suggestion
then.
of Metal Coat, Make It Rain. That does sound really like it also it improves our stall matchup, like you said, and honestly, I think Vale does like having that sort of like additional sort of like flexible defensive option.
Hmm.
It's got the typing is super nice. I saw someone in chat mention something about Iron Crown, which I don't think Iron Crown is in like the best of spots, but I do hear the concern.
Yeah, I get Iron
Um,
Crown because it seems defensively appealing with Frostmoth. The problem is just that I think Iron Crown is, as a sweeper, kind of terrible. I love spec sets. I love Assault Vest. I think it's great. The booster energy sets just consistently let me down. I feel like they're terrible.
I will say I actually like saw this one team run Substitute over Psychic Stab, which is actually kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think actually Substitute like Iron Crown is actually like pretty solid. But I do agree that Booster Energy is it kind of feels like a fish more often than not, and a fish that
Yeah,
usually doesn't even really always really work.
yeah. I've seen the subsets, and I think they're fine, but like just no two moves even make it good. Like you see a Ledge and with your steel fighting
Yeah.
coverage, and you're like, well, okay, I guess we're cooked there.
Yep.
And then
Exactly right.
Ting Lu, you're still doing 0 to Ting Lu, no matter what you run. And then you still get sucker punched. You still like Raging Bolt also because you need to hit Focus Blast to hit Raging Bolt is not so good. And then Goldengo, no matter what you run, like the Goldengo, one of the most common Pokemon in the tier, is just switching it on you easily. So it's like it's it's there. If you run a Speed Booster Iron Crown, in my opinion at least, you're running it for its defensive utility.
Yeah. 100%. No, you're
And
almost always doing it for that.
and it's because like there's you really need something that's like can deal with Curum really well, and then you also need a sweeper because you're running Veil
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I think the booster special attack sets on webs are better because that actually allows you to do damage to stuff. But anyway, let's not we don't need to go down an Iron Crown rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I guess, because we only have 2 hours. So we
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
probably get cooking on this team. So we've got
Yeah.
gold. Frostmoth, Ninetales, gold. Another thing that's good about gold here, because that's blocking defog, that opens the door for us to potentially do some hazard stuff as well. If we want to go
Yeah.
that route, we could go like A-Trot, Booster Speed, Tusk, Hatterene.
Yeah.
I haven't run that through my head and see if that makes us like hard lose to anything, but that's like a possibility.
Looking through the viability, something I also like to do when I'm building is usually sometimes I can kind of forget about sort of like potential metagame threats because there's so many things in this metagame you have to account for, and so sometimes I just like to look at the viability rankings just to sort of like jog my brain a little bit. Especially because when you're team building, you're sort of thinking a little bit more in the moment about sort of your team's core synergies and sort of how they interact with each other. And so it's a good way to sort of build like a game plan against, a reactive game plan into some more scary stuff.
I agree.
Um,
Yeah, I think VR is good. I usage stats are good for that too. But
yeah,
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 those
for
are
sure.
I don't have the VR pulled up, but I do have usage stats, so we can
I
take
have
a look
the
at that.
VR here. Let's see. Yeah, off rip, Wellspring kind of shreds.
So if we
Uh,
went, are we talking about the possibility of like Hatterene, Great Tusk, Atrot?
Yeah, that assuming we're talking about that, yeah,
Sure, yeah.
like Wellspring shreds that. Let's see. Gambit's generally fine. Dragonite's in. Yeah, I'd say Wellspring is the big thing I'm noticing here. And I mean that mon is like has really been picking up in usage lately because
Oh
people
yeah.
are really starting to kind of catch on to sort of how crazy strong it is.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So
I think we're unacceptably weak to it, so I don't think these last three can work.
yeah,
Um,
I agree.
so okay, but maybe we can ditch the Atrot and add something different for the last, something
Yeah,
fast. So I think
we can.
Hatterene Tusk is a strong here.
Yeah, I like Hatterene Tusk. I think that like some kind of removal core is absolutely like necessary here, and I think
Mhm.
Hatterene also something else about Hatterene I love. There's two things. One, I usually really like running Psychic Noise with it, but that also can help with the stall matchup a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also really like Healing Wish. Healing Wish for like Frostmoth sounds really scary if it's like unable to pick up an important kill.
I agree. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
thinking like eject button or Rocky Helmet or something like that here.
yeah, eject. I think eject button could potentially work, but in testing, I found that it felt a little clunky.
Hmm.
Funnily enough,
So what would you say,
but
like leftovers or?
I think helmet's fine, honestly.
Okay, cool. Okay.
But I think we could change the eject button if we're finding that it's a little hard to position like Frostmoth or anything similar. But I think helmet can be potentially nice for like. It's also a little bit nice if we like. I say if like Ogerpon clicks like U-turn or something, having a little bit of chip on that could be nice for Booster Tusk in the long
Yeah,
run if we want to use that as a win condition.
that's true for sure. Yeah, I can see Helm Hat. I think eject is worth considering, but I'm down to start with helmet, especially because I kind of always use eject. I think
Yeah, no,
going
I
with the
love
option
eject.
that you don't usually use first is probably a good policy because you'll feel too comfortable with the other one.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But I mean, if you are, I mean, I really love eject button Hatterene too. So if we find that helmet is just it kind of saps a little bit of too much tempo for comfort, then I'm more than happy to just like make that change. It's not. I feel like, I feel like it's not like a massive deal either way.
Mhm. And want to quickly interject. I realized I completely missed a chat donation. I was too locked
Oh,
in. Sorry, Dr. Bognor. Thank you very much for the £2, saying I really like Okie Dogie with stakeout bulk up. Yeah, I think Okie Dogie is cool, and I think it's definitely good on Veil, and with both Toxic Chain and Stakeout. However, with this team, we've got Goldango, which is immune, Rapid Spin on Tusk, and a Hatterene. I feel like we're not so weak to T-Spikes that we need a poison
Yeah,
type. And even if we did
I
need a
agree.
poison type, given our speed problem, if we were to run a poison type last, it would probably be like a booster moth, not an
Yeah.
okie dokie. Because we absolutely, even with booster speed tusk, we need something fast here.
Also, Okidogi does not get stakeout. It gets guard dog.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that I think that's probably what they meant.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
guard
I
dog.
think that's what the donor meant. But yeah, I mean, stakeout Okidogi sounds like a turbo threat. So I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um,
especially not being able to push it out is kind of wild. Like you can't whirlwind, you can't roar, so you can run like
yeah,
Tera Fire, and you're just kind of crazy with that. That's
yeah,
something.
I really like Okidogi as a booster.
I'm gonna write that down actually because that sounds kind of busted on Veil. Not for now, but that's a good idea for a different stream.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I think you do
guard
have to build
dog,
around it, but
okie
it does
dokie,
sound like a fun idea for sure.
screens. Yeah, I agree. You do have to build around it for sure. Probably Tera Fire.
Someone in the chat is asking, how does the team hit Moltres? How do you feel about that?
That's a great question. So I will say, so we're on Hatterene. I'm thinking we go Nuzzle, Psychic Noise, Draining Kiss, Healing Wish.
Yeah,
That's in my opinion. Like so that kind of farms Moltres. Not like super hard, but it does pretty well. So that's one thing.
yeah,
The second thing is we could go head smash on Tusk. Given that we started this team with 2 ice types and Goldengo and a Psychic Noise Hatterene, our Gliscor matchup is unusually good. So
yeah,
we might be okay
for
doing
sure.
that. Next, this Goldengo with Nasty Plot is doing loads to Moltres. And especially with screens up, it is not winning that. And then
Yeah,
the third or fourth, I can't remember how many things I've listed, but we also have the option of Tera Electric Moth to consider. But thank you for bringing that up though, because I was not thinking about Moltres, and I will say it looks bad. So
yeah.
in this last slot we need something fast that's also a fire resist because we have no fire resist and 3 weaknesses. So we
Let's
absolutely
see.
need that. Are
Yeah,
there
I
any other
agree.
resistances we forgot? Like ground,
Um,
kind of, but
gr- ground.
I think we're okay though. Because yes, like Frostmoth isn't a real ground resist, but very few ground types in the tier are really offensive. And
And even
you
then,
know,
actually, Frosmoth is weirdly decent into non head smash Tusk. It has the very rare quality of resisting Mammo coverage, which
yeah,
is something.
it's a good point. I
But
mean, we could get blasted by CC, but that's pretty rare these days. Also,
that's true.
B, thank you in chat. We got a $5 donation from B. W stream thus far, he says, or they say. I think Heatran plus any defensive wall, Corv, defensive molt, Allo could pose an issue. I'm not totally getting that because we have a specially oriented team that kind of destroys those Pokemon and uses them as setup fodder.
I'm not
So
gonna lie, is just Frostmoth just not like kind of shreds like most of those.
yeah, Molt, I see the concern. The other ones, I don't really get. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah,
So we had one recommendation for Scarf Atrot instead of our original plan. I don't think that fits well on Veil. I
Scarf.
just
Honestly, choice locked Mons Unveil is a really dangerous idea, unless like you're running something like Enamorous. But even then,
yeah,
it's it's losing out and losing like tempo by being choice locked can be potentially game losing more
yeah.
often than not.
The other thing
So
is we only have 2 sweepers right now. Like we've got 3 support Pokemon, which is fine, but that is a lot for a Veil. I think we absolutely want this last Pokemon to be an actual sweeper.
I agree. I agree. Ideally, something with speed would be good.
Oh yeah, so last must have. So we need fire resist, sweeper, fast. So let's talk about some
Iron
possibilities
Maw.
here. Yeah, there is Iron Moth, is of course although it doesn't actually do that well into Moltres, but as I said, we can always go with the Tera Electric, Frostmoth, and the Head
Yep.
Smash Tusk. So Moltres, not actually, we can, even if we add an Iron Moth last, we can work around Moltres through other ways with this team. So Iron Moth, of
Somebody
course.
said in chat, Dragonite. How do you feel about that?
The problem is that it's not really fast. It has extreme
Yeah.
speed. It's not quite the same thing though. And honestly,
Yeah,
like
it's not.
actually the other thing I noticed, we don't have a ghost resist. So like if you look at, well, we have Frostmoth, which is good, but like still a Specs Dragapult, we have to guess if it's clicking Shadow Ball or Flamethrower. And it has Infiltrator to get past Veil too. So
Oh. Ooh.
and I
So
think
wait a minute, we're
so
looking
good
for...
versus Dragapult is kind of a new requirement for this last slot, I feel like.
Yeah, actually. Okay, wait. Oh, probably not. Okay, so this was kind of a weird idea potentially, but
Hmm.
I think it's probably not good. If we're looking for a fast fire resist that also can potentially buffer Dragapult, possibly. What are your thoughts on Battle Bond Greninja as like a general Pokemon? I'm not saying that we should put
Um,
it on this team, but like
yeah,
it does technically.
it's well. The problem is, I think it's bad outside of rain, and I think rain is bad. So that's sort
Yeah,
of the trouble with it, because I think in
yeah.
rain it can do some really cool stuff. I think specs on rain is good, and loaded dice water shuriken on rain is really nice. But
Ooh,
without
somebody.
rain boost, it's like, if it got set up of its own, I'd be so down. Like if it got Calm Mind or Nasty Plot, sure, but
It does get Swords Dance, but yeah,
yeah, the
that's not.
physical sets just aren't it.
But somebody
And
said in chat actually something which I actually think I might agree with.
mhm,
SD Cinderace.
yep, that's definitely a possibility. So I think because we've got Tusk Hatterene, we wouldn't need to run. What am I trying to say? We wouldn't run Court Change, but we'd run SD3 attacks, and that,
Yeah,
that could be pretty good.
yeah.
Um,
Pyro Sucker and then probably High Jump Kicker Gunk.
yeah, and probably like
Probably Gunk.
Libero Terrafire would probably be the move.
Yep.
Well, but then on the other hand, running Libero on, I feel like Swords Dance sets are just way
You
better
need
with
Blaze.
Blaze. So probably we would go Blaze actually, but Sucker would still be good.
Yeah.
Because then we could also go Terra Dark on that, and
Yeah.
that could be.
Ooh.
So
And then
okay,
and
that's an
yeah,
option, I
someone
guess.
Ogerpon is still a problem.
Yeah, Ogerpon is an issue as well. So this is tough. This puts us in a tough spot because we want something that's good against Ogerpon, um, good versus
Ogerpon.
Dragapult. Like this is not just a
This is
tall
a
order. I think this is an impossible order. So that might
I
indicate we
agree.
have to rebuild.
I think I unfortunately agree a little bit.
But the question is like how? Because I feel like we haven't been just like throwing out careless slots here. I think we've been quite careful, and yet
hmm.
still maybe we have to go different means of hazard control. Something we could do, we could drop Hatterene and go with an SD Court Change Cinderace plus that Tusk.
Court Change SD. Have you run that before?
I have not.
It sounds kind of odd on
Bad.
paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
um
know. It seems like if we're gonna run like SD Cinder, we want to kind of really lean into SD,
mhm.
and I feel like Core Change is almost like uncomfortably anti-synergy with Veil. It's like we have to play around our own Veil, which just seems very
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Honestly, we could revisit Mousehold. It is like a ghost immunity.
That's true. That's true. But then the other thing is Mousehold works well in physical spam teams with knockoff. This is
Yeah, this is
just
not
so
that.
not that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is very dicey.
I feel like it might be that Hatterene Tusk is the way we have. Are we sure there's nothing? Surely there's some BS we can pull
There
here.
has there has to be.
Like
Hold on.
dealing with Wellspring and Fire Resist, immediately my thoughts go to Dragon types. But then
Yeah,
there's no Dragon type that does well against Dragapult. So
I mean, yeah, that's true. There's not any. Unless like, but even then, like, I guess like my one idea is, so honestly, a Pokemon that I sort of like, but may not be fitting for this team is something like Hydreigon. I actually think Nasty Plot Hydreigon is like sort of a very spooky guy, but it's still not, the speed problem's still there, and an Ogerpon Wellspring can just click a U-turn on that,
yeah.
and it's just kind of like a whole.
The other thing is, I feel like I want priority. Any team without priority feels bad in Gen
I
9
agree.
OU, and we don't have that.
Um,
So it's like, ooh, there's just
yeah,
so much
there's
here.
Raging Bolt maybe, but that's not great into Holt without Tera, so it basically
Yeah,
forces a Tera on our end, which
and then
is
it's
uncomfortable.
not fast either. So it's
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we need to kind of make a concession in terms of like picking real. Maybe we have to like pick a Pokemon that we're okay with Terraing in the case that we run into that matchup.
yeah. There is also one
Um,
other option, which is HDB Frostmoth. I'm not thrilled about it, but it can do it. Although I feel like I don't want to do that. Like I think we
I don't wanna do that. Lefties is so strong with Frostmoth.
yeah.
I,
Some guy,
it's
the
like,
Iron Giant in chat says, "How long until we rebuild around Ala I don't know if you're familiar with the memes, but I'm known as a bit of an Ala stan around these parts.
no, I totally get it. It's such a good like anchor. It feels
Mm,
like
yeah, but it doesn't fit on Veil. I mean,
no,
it could
no,
it could. I tried it on screens before and it was surprisingly good, but it doesn't. It definitely doesn't fit on this Veil.
yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. You gotta have at least Jesus. Um, hang on. Let me. Yeah, this is a very dicey situation. I do think we need to kind of pick pick something like a Tera type, a Pokemon with a Tera type that we're comfortable with using in like the Ogerpon or Polt matchup,
Hmm.
and just kind of on paper look like we lose to one of them.
Yeah,
If we want to keep like Dengo and all that.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I mean, I feel like the Ogerpon issue maybe isn't quite as bad as it seems.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think as weird as this sounds, I think we go Atrot last. That feels like the thing that's closest to being what we want here, because it does give
I
us priority with Sucker Punch.
that's true.
And it's
It might be okay into Ogerpon maybe.
yeah. I mean, with Glass's Sucker Punch, you're doing good damage. Obviously,
Yeah,
there's
I say let's try it.
yeah, and we can also
We could also run like Tera. Something else we could possibly do is we could run a Tera type on like Alolan Ninetales possibly. That like something like
yeah.
Grass or Dragon
I think we
possibly. I feel
slap
like if
Terra Grass on Ninetales and Hatterene.
yeah, that sounds appropriate.
And we can go Terra Dark on Atrot and go, I think like SD, Ceaseless, Sucker Punch, and we could go
Aqua
full
Cutter.
Dark and run Knock Last, but I guess like Aqua Cutter is probably best.
I would say Aqua Cutter since we're not running knockoff
Yeah.
mons, I think Aqua Cutter is basically mandated.
Hmm.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
not
that's fair.
mandated, but you know,
Yeah, I
helmets
get what you
are
mean.
gonna be omnipresent in that regard.
Hmm. But yeah, this is, I really don't know about the Wellspring situation, but we'll find out.
Somebody in
I guess we'll find out.
somebody in chat said Belly Drum Azumarill, which I don't think will work.
That'll help the Wellspring. That'll get him. That'll show him.
Yeah, that we're gonna do a whole minus 25% to Wellspring. Oh, beautiful.
Oh yeah. They'll
That's
be
damage.
shaking in their boots, I tell you. Okay, yeah. So we're
I
yeah.
think these are the six we start with. I say let's try to maneuver around Ogerpon with the Terras that we have.
Hmm.
Because I feel like the six, like if you subtract like Ogerpon from the equation, it looks solid.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one can
Yeah,
never subtract Ogerpon. So, okay, with the team being what it is, what Terra type do you think we go on Moth?
I think. Let's see. Steel type pressure is very good.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think this is an electric angle.
Okay. I have no strong opinion, so let's go with that and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Fire
and if it
speed, I
doesn't
think
pan
we
out,
have to go Timid Max.
yeah, Timid Max absolutely. Outspeeding Bolt is pretty important, and
Mhm.
a lot of Pokemon like hitting 250 in general. So 251 for that potential counter creep is very nifty. So yeah, we need like Max Timid. Now the question is, do you think that we can afford max HP here, or do you think we need a little bit of offensive investment?
I'm totally fine. Is Max? I haven't tested Frostmoth at all, so I'll leave this up to your judgment. Is Max HP
Yeah.
worth it? Is that giving you like good
I think
substitutes?
yes, it actually does. It actually does like very barely let your substitutes live some like important hits with
Okay.
some quiver dances. So I think since we have Hisui and Samurott, and I think we can give that a shot. And if it ends up just being way too like just missing KOs left and right, I
Mhm.
think we can look into a bit of offensive investment.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Let's do it then. I think I'm trying to think like I'm almost thinking in advance what concessions we might have to make. Um, Well, no. Quaquaval, because Quaquaval is actually really good at getting a spin off, but
Yeah,
it's also a Quaquaval. So,
yeah. But
there's
I think
that.
Veil Dengo might be enough to sort of like just sort of buffer it, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. So, okay, we'll go freeze dry and then you like Veil Encore freeze dry. Do you want to go like Snowscape, Moonblasts? What's your favorite
Let's
for the
see.
last?
Um, we do kind of get deleted by weather. So actually, Snowscape sounds like it might be a solid option, but
Sure, let's do it. That'll destroy it. Yeah, because sun does look rough.
Sun looks really bad. Yeah, I think so. So I think Snowscape will help alleviate that a little bit.
Yeah. Although a well-timed Frostmoth is the end of a sun team. That
That's
is
true. That
that
is
is
very
true.
true.
Gold, I think we go max HP, enough speed just for Kingambit. Or maybe we go max speed though, because there's also outspeeds like Gliscor and stuff. I think we'll go modest max speed, max special attack.
On Dengo, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Hatterene, max defense, 8 Spatak sound good.
What? Can you say that again?
Max defense, and then just like the last little bit in special attack.
That's fine. I usually like to have a little bit of speed on my Hatterenes on Hyper Offense
So
to
like,
outspeed Ting Lu, but if we think
that's
that
quite a bit. How much is Ting Lu?
Ting Lu is like 126, I believe, so it does like take a little bit of invest, but you still have quite a bit left for defense, so it's still like solid. But I do think it ends up being pretty worth it because especially if you can get some like draining kisses off, it can like bring Hatterene back because of how like much HP Ting Lu has.
I mean, but I think if you're max defense, you just don't take enough, and you can just draining kiss anyway.
That's true.
I also
too.
feel like we just have a really strong Ting Lu matchup already. So I feel
okay.
I'm thinking max defense here, but we'll keep that in mind.
Oh, you know what? I think we should have enough speed for at least like Pex and Garganacl.
Okay.
So that way,
Right, psychic noise. Good point. You know what? Let's just go fast then. At that point, so it's how much for Ting Lu? You said it was 120.
It was 132 speed, I believe.
Okay, so I've got that in, and then we'll go HP and defense. Okay, cool. Great Tusk, Stealth Rock, Spin, Headlong Rush. What do we want to go last? Do we want to go Head Smash, or I feel like we don't need it, honestly. I think we just go Ice Spinner.
I think Ice Spinner's fine.
We could also go Knockoff.
Oh, actually,
it's probably better, honestly. I like Knockoff.
Actually, yeah, no, Knockoff does sound better because it's as you mentioned earlier, our matchup into like Gliscor is weirdly okay. I think the only thing we might want to be careful about is Dragonite.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
But
we'll keep an eye out on that.
Across Hatterene, Ninetales, it might be okay.
Yeah.
I think we could try Knockoff, and if Dragonite ends up being a problem, we can just go to Spinner.
Okay, and then yeah, I just went Tera Dark on Aatrot, Tera Steel on Tusk. I feel like we're gonna need to make some more concessions. I think we may have built a little too heavily around Frostmoth. We might just need to go with maybe like just a Hatterene and accept that some games we're going to take Stealth Rock or I don't know, something, but
that may have to happen.
But we'll start with this and just see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna search.
Part of the process is iterating, so we'll see how it pans out.
Are there enough moths for an all moth team? No, I don't think so. Okay, this is looking like an absolutely great matchup for our Frostmoth.
Ooh. Yeah. Something else I like about Electric Frostmoth is wait, no, never mind. I was actually gonna say something about Earth Power Kyurem, but then I realized it's still high Earth Power. But it's okay. We still are like super bulky.
Oh yeah, we're taking zero anyway. I feel like we lead Hatterene here. It just looks so good. I mean, the only way it goes poorly is Glow King or Gold, and we can really easily just switch into Aatrot from there. So.
Yeah, I think Hatterene is fine.
Okay, Meowscarada lead makes some sense. I kind of just want to click Nuzzle. Sound good to you?
Let's do it. I don't think Chomp is ever coming in here.
Yeah. And if it does, we D-Kiss next turn. Not the end of the world.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And it will if it's like a bulky Stealth Rock Spike set, it's not gonna it's gonna just bounce off with Earthquake, so we can just
probably U-turn into Glow King is what I'm okay, just switch. No U-turn is interesting. So that could
That
tell us
is
something in the
interesting.
future. Uh, oof. On
Let's
one
see.
hand, I'm like, let's go H-Rot. On the other hand, it's like, this thing's definitely just going to click chili reception.
It clicked chili reception. So I think,
What's
let's
Cynoise
see.
then? Right? I mean,
I think Cynoise is fine.
okay, wow.
What?
That's kind of a
What?
crazy play, but all right. Um, sure.
That.
Do we dekiss this time?
I mean,
Like,
I guess.
I think we do.
I mean,
Okay, Glow King.
what is going on?
Is that
Are
okay?
they
Let's
trying
check
to,
that damage. That dekiss indicates that this is Assault Vest, so that explains it. It doesn't have it. I think we go H-Rot now.
Yeah, now that we know that it's not chili reception, I think Hisui
Yeah.
Hisui
Okay,
Rot.
awesome.
Oh, nice.
We love
Like
that.
that.
Just get up a spike. I think that's fine. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Yep.
we miss immediately. Awesome. Let's go Hatterene on this guy. Or actually, probably Ninetales is better because I don't think you ever click hazards here. That's Garchomp.
Actually, yeah, I actually think it's more possible than maybe, because I feel like this is probably, because like looking at this guy's team, it does look like this is probably going to be like Rock's Chomp.
Oh, it definitely is. But like, I mean, I guess there's nothing to be lost by going, oh, okay, we get immediately. This is not this is
not a good.
This has not been going so hot for us. But let's throw off a D-Kiss here. If Glow King comes in, that puts us in a pretty decent position anyway. Okay, gold, sure. I'm gonna go immediate H-Rot, I'd say. Like.
Yep, Hisui Rot sounds okay, and then I think we just Ceaseless again.
Yeah. Okay, we immediately get Focus Blasted.
Oh my. Okay, we're kind of getting mixed a little bit.
It happens. I'm saying we go. I feel like only choice sets run that. We can go Tails and set up a Veil here.
I think this is a Veil. I think it's time for Veil. Yeah, and even if I don't think we make it rain, but if
we
it
don't.
does,
for
then
sure.
I think we could just go. We could probably just go. Do we just want to kind of go Frostmoth if it does
I think at that point, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, this has been unfortunate. I will say Focus Blast is a move that just never hits until your opponent uses it.
Exactly, right? And plus, also, I never see Goldengo use Focus Blast, so every time I see it use that,
I think we just go gold here.
Yeah, Dengo sounds okay.
I mean, that seems like completely. Part of me wants to just let rip a huge Make It Rain. Like, just
I feel like Nasty Plot might be a little better.
I agree. I mean, Nasty Plot makes more sense. Make It Rain is tempting, but Nasty Plot makes more sense. Wow, they're staying in too. That's awesome. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball.
That's great. We could actually just Make It Rain. Do you actually no? It probably won't kill. I think we just Shadow Ball. Yeah.
I mean, Make It Rain does. No, Shadow Ball actually does more. When you Tera Steel, Make It Rain does more than Shadow Ball, like super effective.
And I think we're gonna probably need Tera Frostmoth here, so I think we can just Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
I do think that, Frostmoth is 100% our win condition here. I think it's probably gonna be setting up on Dengo if I had to guess.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so here's one situation we got to discuss. What if, because pretty much in every scenario we just, I mean, if we click Shadow Ball here, we don't kill, we click Recover. Garchomp may come in on this gold. I think we click an attack. I think we Make It Rain the thing when it comes in. If it gets up hazards, that's not great, but I feel like we've got to kill it. Okay, wow. It goes, okay, I mean, fair enough. It's going to be a knockoff here. What do you say we just go Tusk, get up rocks?
Yeah, I think this is a rocks angle. Nice for Kyurem too.
T-Spike is insane. I'm shocked to see that come out.
What?
You never see that. I guess I'm inclined to go for Rapid Spin immediately. I think we kind of need to.
I think we can, but I feel like it's possible Dengo comes in. I think
it's possible,
might be okay.
But I'm.
But I actually, you know what? No, it's fine. We could spin because if it is Scarf Dengo, we just delete it with knockoff.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I think we could just spin.
Part of me wants to rock to kind of cover both options there as well. But that feels a little. I think getting this spin off is so important. We might just.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we get it off. That's good. Yeah, because if we went, that could have been bad. All right, sure, fine. Wish we had Ice Spinner. Hatterene, I think is pretty much the play.
Hatterene's good.
Okay, nice. And then I'm inclined to go Ninetales here as the Glow King comes in and reset Veil.
100%.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. And gold again seems good to me.
Yep. I like it.
I think just go for a Shadow Ball here to cover the potential switch. Oh, beautiful. Nice. That's a great kill.
Beautiful. Oh, that's so good. Because now I don't think we might not even need to Tera Frostmoth, so we could be more aggro Dengo if we want.
I'm thinking we go Frostmoth here. Like this to me looks like
no, this is Frostmoth.
This
we go
this has
Frostmoth.
got to be like specs. Yeah, okay. And we QD here, and then I think Zama comes in. We hit it with Terra Blast Electric immediately.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Or no, hold on. Ice Beam does more. I'm being dumb. Okay, yeah, but yeah, we definitely Terra Electric defensively.
I could see Heavy Slam, but it probably won't do a lot.
Okay, never mind. We should have clicked. Oh, never mind. I'm actually insane because yeah.
Wait.
I don't think we get Greedy and Quiver Dance. I think we just click Terra Blast because it might unfreeze and Roar.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the fact that we outsped indicates that it did click Roar.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah. And then here Ice Beam kills, I believe, so we just go for that.
Yep.
Cook up
For
the
sure.
switch.
Wow, that was a like a game-winning freeze right there. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were in a good spot anyway, but that made things easier for sure.
For sure. I think we just Ice Beam this in case it's like Trick.
I mean, this is probably Scarf, is it not?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we should probably just Ice Beam.
Are we okay with? Actually, this could be banned, and it could be banned and just kill us here, like outright.
Oh wait, yeah, that's true.
I forgot we're slower still.
I think we do switch here.
I'm a fan of.
I think we could set up on Glow King, so I think we can probably go out here. We could maybe go Hattering to cover both
the
Knock
T-spike.
and T-spikes.
Well, I mean, we can spin easily though now.
That's true.
Sure, I like Hat because if it clicks, okay, that's best case scenario. It clicked Axel.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I was thinking it would click Knock.
Totally.
My vision was, it clicks Knock and then it and also something to note, now that we Tera Frostmoth, it's no longer like crazy Hazard Week, which is good. But what I was thinking would happen is it would click Knock, which would put it into Stealth Rock range so we could go Tusk and Rock. But if it's just going to kill itself on Axel, that is, I mean, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right. I think we could Healing Wish Dengo. No, wait.
I'm inclined to Nuzzle. Because the only way we lose this game is if this thing starts dancing.
That's true. I guess I'm a little. That's true. Yeah. I forgot that. That he Tera Zama.
Yeah, and they run it. These guys, they actually go and run, dance with Ice Beam and EP. I think we go Moth and just hope we don't get frozen.
Yep.
I'm inclined to just Ice Beam. Like we take 70 max from an EQ. So.
All right, let's do it.
It clicked Dragon Tail. Yeah. Perfect. And honestly, I think we guaranteed win now. I mean, we sub on this. You can't do even anywhere close. So there you guys have it. Frostmoth sweep game 1. Gotta like the stream for that. Come on. Okay, that literally doesn't matter at all. Psychic noise, all you wish.
Subscribe to the Pinkett Cross channel for more cool and awesome content.
Yeah, I think for style points we keep QDing.
Let's do it. I want to see how much we do to AV Slow King with Ice Beam.
GG. Okay.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That was a clean endgame.
Yeah. Okay, I will say the team felt a bit clunky.
I agree.
I'm worried about lack of strong priority and speed are my main concerns.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I didn't mind Tusk. Tusk actually felt like decent.
Yeah, Ninetales and Gold. I think Goldengo did great, which I'm happy to see. I think we made it's at least based on that game, it's looking like that was a good pick for our first Pokemon.
Yeah, 100%.
We can just run another one before we make any.
Let's run another one. I'd like to kind of see like how the clunkiness sort of like manifests because on paper it seemed like it was Hisuian Samurott that was the weak link, but
yeah.
That was also not a great Hisuian Samurott game in general. So
yeah, I mean, we ran into immediately a Meowscarada, Zama, Helmet Garchomp team. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. And also we missed Ceaseless Edge, so
that too. Yeah, the spike would have been really nice for Meowscarada that game.
Yeah, 100%.
So okay, I'm going to this game. I'm searching. I'm gonna give you control. So I'll be the I'll make comments, but I'm gonna give you button clicking mastery here.
All right, sounds fun. Let's see.
It's time to face the Wellspring.
Yep, there it is.
And Cinderace Veil, that's kind of rough too.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty rough matchup. Let's see. I feel like it's possible Cinder leads here.
I'd agree. Yeah, definite possibility.
So Yeah, Cinder is actually pretty rough here. We could maybe do Hatterene and click Nuzzle. I don't think Tinglu or Raging Bolt are gonna want anything to do with Hatterene, at
I
least
like
in the
that
early
lead.
game.
Yeah, I think that's a good
All right,
option.
I think let's give it a shot. Yeah,
Mhm.
as we thought. All right,
And I
I
don't
think
think
just let's
Gunk
just
actually kills us here.
no,
And
it
oh,
shouldn't.
it
It shouldn't.
probably does actually. Never mind.
Oh wait, let me calc it actually. I'm pretty sure you're right, but let
Yeah,
me
we die.
yeah, okay.
87% to die.
Hmm, man, yeah, actually Cinder is a kind of a rough matchup, huh?
Well, Gunk is
So
rare though.
that's also true. Honestly, I think we could just nuzzle and just kind
Yep.
of.
I'm
Yeah,
down for
you're
that.
right. Let's just do it. If it gunks, then GG, I guess. All right, nice. Okay. Hatterene loves getting critical hit.
Okay, I will say Max
Oh
Fizz Def
shoot.
does live Gunk Shot. Why insane
Okay,
Ting Lu.
okay. I
But
think we just
okay,
Draining Kiss.
I agree. Okay,
Okay.
we may be getting gamed on a little. I'm in
Okay,
favor
let's see.
of probably. Well,
I think this is probably gonna click Chili.
you want to just
Is the only
nuzzle
thing.
then?
I think. Yeah, paralyzing this sounds good. Let's do that.
Okay, we
Oh
immediately
my
die.
goodness, we're getting trolled.
All right. Okay, low key, we could win this game with Aatrot. What if we just went Aatrot and clicked Swords Dance here?
Does Raging Bolt drop to Tera Dark Black Glasses Sucker?
I'm pretty. I mean, we outspeed it, so it drops to Terra Dark Ceaseless easily. Yeah.
Well, the issue I'm seeing is like Thunderclap. That's why I'm saying Sucker.
Well, if we Terra Dark, we're not dying to Thunderclap.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, yeah,
But
I think let's just kind of go for
I
tempo
think
here.
Sucker does do it as well, though.
Okay, let's just Sword
Yeah,
Stance
Sucker
and,
will do it as well.
Okay, now Corviknight. What do we want to do here? I feel like my instinct is just to kind of click Ceaseless.
I agree. I think
No
you just do that.
Nice, and that's damage. I like that
Okay.
damage.
And now we just
Okay,
Aqua
body
Cutter,
press.
I'd say.
Yeah, Cutter sounds good.
Okay, that's gone. Tusk
nice
kind of just opened up as a threat.
All right, all right.
And
I
we
think
kill
Sucker.
without needing to Terra Dark here, so you just Sucker, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, that
onward.
kind of makes sense. Okay, I think we need to go hard Ninetales here.
I agree. Oh boy. Okay. We could, now that Corv is gone, we could on it. Tusk feels a little bit better
Yeah.
to go into.
I agree. Also, we kind of, in retrospect, we probably should have seen that coming. Like going into the Ogre Pond
Yeah.
there made, yeah, but we can headlong
That's
rush here and actually just do serious work.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or we could also knock off too.
That's a good point. I like knockoff a bit better because that Ting Lu is going to be boots or leftovers for sure.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
And
let's
if this
knock.
Ting Lu, okay, wow, I didn't expect that because that's actually kind of
That
good
is
for us.
really aggressive. We could rock. Well, no, Cinder.
I like hard Ninetales here as an option.
Yeah, that works. I feel like it's got a U-turn, but okay, Horn Leech. I think.
Okay, that's not ideal.
Hmm.
We
I
could
will
Veil,
say-
but then we immediately let the Ace have it. Is the
Cinder.
problem?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Ace comes in here almost always.
Yeah,
We could be aggro and go hard Tusk here.
I think let's do that. I think hard Tusk. We're at the point in the game
Yeah.
where we need to do
Nice.
that kind of thing.
Okay, great.
Great.
Um,
And does Rapid Spin into Headlong kill an Ogre Pawn here?
I don't think so, but we do have the spike up, so let's see. Great Tusk. Headlong does 37 to 44. Oh, actually, no, wait, we're not, we don't have
we're
any
not
investment.
attack.
31 to 36.
I don't think we're killing. No.
In Rapid Spin, yeah, we're not.
So I think we just Headlong Rush and then switch in Goldango on the hopeful Horn Leech.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to rock because then we're kind of digging ourselves a deeper hole.
Blue.
That's beautiful. I think we knock this immediately. If this thing gets
agree.
chipped, we can win with Frostmoth.
I agree.
Like my mind is absolutely on the Frostmoth here.
Yeah.
What do you think about
agree, yeah.
Headlong Rushing and then just going Frostmoth immediately?
I'm a little worried about that. Just because of this. Well, I don't know if we KO Cinder with Terra Blast is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
We definitely don't. but like we could Quiver Dance twice. I'm thinking it might be that this, well, we could also just go Ninetales like right here.
Yeah, I don't think this rocks in our face. Even if it does. Yeah, I think Ninetales is fine.
I don't think this is a hazard Tinglu. Exactly. I think it's that. And that's actually huge for us because that means Frostmoth here can like sweep this. So here's what I think we do. I think we Veil as the ace comes in and then we Encore and we can reset Veil and try to win with Frostmoth.
Okay. I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. We could go A-Trot here. I think that's kind of because the Cinderace is coming in right now. It absolutely is.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think we could do that and then maybe Cutter.
Yeah, I agree, Cutter, because that's going to allow us either huge damage or it's going to U-turn out and then we get to go Frostmoth and QD. So kind of a win-win.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. All right, let's do it.
Oh, it turned it was that. I could have sworn it was the other ability, but okay, I guess I'm just tripping.
Oh no, we did see it. We saw it use Libero. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, okay, we're washed. So yeah, well the good news is it can't, I guess it kind of can do this again, but it sort of can't. So well, we just sucker here, I guess.
Yeah, that seems okay.
I think we kind of need the damage. Because
Yeah.
now we can kill it. Well, no, we still can't kill it.
That was a bit of a blunder. We knew it had Libero.
Okay.
It's fine.
I think Ninetales immediately reset Veil. I think we have to.
Does it live?
Cudgel? Yeah, it does.
Oh, really? Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Wait, hold up. It totally doesn't. Never mind. I am entirely wrong about that. What the heck? Oh, no. Hold on. Calc doesn't consider snow. Calc always lies about snow. We do live in Ivy Cudgel.
Okay.
Not with Tera Water. Okay, well, hold on, though.
Tera there.
Moth, though, Tera Electric. Do we have enough turns, though? Moth is still dying. No, but it doesn't consider the snow boost. I think we go gold. Gold. Yeah, because we need to stall turns for Veil to run out.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. And we QD, I think, on that last turn that it expires.
Exactly, yeah. So
all right.
We have to, I guess, shout. If it has SD, we also immediately lose. But
yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's good. And now we can sack Tusk. That. Or I guess it doesn't matter. But actually, no, we do sack Tusk. We do sack Tusk because we want to make sure Frostmoth can come in.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time.
All right, all right, let's go for it.
I think there's actually a real chance we win this because Tinglu's sleeping.
This is true. Oh, Frostmoth. All right, Tera Blast, let's go.
Yep.
No, actually, I think there actually is a real chance we win this.
We have to kind of hope a little. Do we actually? I think
we actually might live.
It's looking like we kill with an Ice Beam here. If it's max
really?
if it's so okay. Here's the thing. If it's max HP and like Specs Draco, we auto lose here. If it's no HP investment, we have a 93% chance to kill with Ice Beam. Let's check Specs Draco. I think Choice Specs is going to kill us here, though.
I think so too, but
yeah, Draco is destroying us here. I think we have to click Ice Beam. I think it's the only real play here.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go. We can now sub on Glow King. That's huge too. This we absolutely Ice Beam twice. As long as, well, it's probably going to. Okay, actually, let's hold off on that for a minute. I think we have to just hope it doesn't get the right sleep talk and click Ice Beam. I think that's our only hope.
I think you're right. All right, let's do it.
Okay, wait, it didn't click it. Okay, I guess then we're probably just gonna get EQ'd here, but I mean, we didn't have any other play. We Ice Beam again.
Yep. But the funny thing is, if this Lou drops, then we win.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I think. If we crit, please crit.
We got a high roll.
Yes, it was a roll. Let's go. You guys gotta click like and subscribe to the Pink Across YouTube channel.
It probably has Sucker Punch, this thing.
It almost certainly does. I think we sub.
I agree. Okay, let's hope it doesn't have it and click Tera Blast. I think at this point, if it suckers, it suckers.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Well played. Fair enough. I think Frostmoth, we had a good run.
That was honestly, the funny thing is that was like a winnable endgame. Like
Oh yeah.
Frostmoth, what a crazy mon.
But I think that proves to us this team cannot handle Cinderace.
No,
Um,
yeah, Cinder is a massive problem. I think we need to go back to the chopping board with
yeah, I feel like the
uh
Tusk has been working. The Hatterene has not been okay. The Aatrox goes. The Aatrox's been awful. We absolutely get
yeah,
rid of that.
bye bye.
Um,
Yeah, Hatterene. I think we can actually go that route with max defense. Now that I'm thinking about it.
yeah, the max defense does live Gunk Shot, which is nice too.
Now I do think we should still have a little bit of speed for Knackle, so we can side noise that.
I mean,
But
that's going to
does
be
204 Impish live Cinder Gunk? I guess is what
no,
I'm
max
wondering.
defense has a small chance to die to Gunk. So every bit of
Oh,
other thing we're adding is making us more die to Gunk. But
oh,
I think if we go like 56 for Garg, um,
yeah. I think increasing the odds of living is worth it. It's 52
Yeah.
speed. Yeah. Man, I'm really bummed about the Cinder play because wow,
yeah, it
that
could
was
have been epic,
it would have been. Oh well, it's okay.
but it's
Um,
fine. Yeah, okay.
let's see. Yeah, so we could go max defense if that's more your comfort. I think I'm honestly fine either way. I think honestly Helmet Hat has not been bad. I actually kind of liked it so far.
Mhm. Yeah, we can keep with that. The Tusk has been good as well. It's just that last slot, the Aatrot's been awful. But then like, what do we do? Because it needs to be
Yeah.
good versus Ogerpon, and like there's an impossible list of things. And the Ogerpon was rough there. It was pretty rough. Maybe Booster Moth is the play. I mean, that's
I
going to
think
be better.
I honestly think Booster Moth is probably the play. And we could run like D-Gleam if we want for Polt, maybe.
But then we have no priority as the thing, which just feels so bad. Like automatically, I feel like if a team doesn't have priority, you automatically are a bad team.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like
Unless you're
Ugh.
stall, at which point I also think you're automatically a bad team because you just lose to certain teams and you can't do anything about it. Um,
Let's see.
like there's Ceruledge kinda, but not really, because
I was thinking of Ceruledge, but I feel like it doesn't really.
it's
Well,
like
I
Terra
mean,
Grass could be.
we could Terra Grass Ceruledge.
Let's try it. Why not? Let's try
Honestly,
Terra Grass Ceruledge.
let's do it. I love Ceruledge. Are you thinking
So like bulk up,
just a
bitter
sword
blade.
stance
I was
or the
thinking bulk up. I mean, do you want to go? We could go SD. Could be fine
think
as well.
I feel like SD is probably a little better if we want to not lose the Polt.
Okay, so SD, Bitterblade, Sneak. What do you want to go last? I think Poltergeist is terrible. I want to go
Polter.
CC.
Yeah, I mean we don't have knockoff on this team, so Polter seems okay.
I mean, I don't know. I hate Polter. I feel like you just like.
I also hate Polter. I feel like CC
Yeah.
could be cool too
I wanna
because
do
it also
CC.
helps Frostmoth. But
And do we go? Do you want to run like bulky on this Ceruledge or what? Like, what's the plan?
if we do bulk, I feel like Swords Dance needs to be pretty like offensive. I usually run I usually do like near max offenses on SD Ceruledge, but I think honestly the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like we have Veil, so like why not just do bulk up?
All right, sure. So bulk up. If we go bulk up, Bitterblade, Shadow Sneak, in my opinion, Taunt and Substitute are the best options for last.
Yeah. I think Taunt would be the better of the two. But
any particular? Oh, because hazards. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And
yeah.
do we want to go just like max special or like speedy max attack? What's the plan here?
I think let's have enough speed for maybe do we want enough speed for what's it called? Raging Bolt? Do you think that's relevant? Or not really?
I'd say that seems fair. So that's going to get us to like 250. And then
Yeah,
you want to go the
so
rest in HP and SPDF?
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay.
And then just 80 careful, it looks like. And then we could do and since we have our big core, our big removal core, we could do leftovers.
I agree. Leftovers is the move. If we're going to go removal, we might as well, use it.
Yeah, exactly.
I am
Alright,
concerned at
Flashfire.
how many ghost weaknesses, we're stacking, but we do have booster speed, knock task. Maybe Pult is the L we take here.
Maybe. We could honestly like change Tera types on like Hattery now that we have Ceruledge. We could do like
I think we still need
Or
the
like
grass. I mean, we can throw normal on something random like Tusk. Like, but
maybe dark. We could do Dark Tusk. That might not be a bad
actually, yeah,
idea.
Dark, that gets us. Yeah, actually, I like Dark Tusk. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I think this works. I'm gonna search.
They might have thought that we didn't know about Sucker. I think we know about I think we know about Sucker Punch Cinder.
Yeah, we were actively trying to play around the sucker. I figured the ace wouldn't have it, and if it did, it would go for it. That's why we subbed.
Yeah.
But you know, Ludwig Frog, they know their stuff too. That's a good play. I'm familiar with Ludwig.
Yeah, me too. I've seen them around.
Okay, here we go. I will take the reins again this game.
Yeah, go for it.
I like Sarah Ledge a lot here.
Oh yeah, Sarah Ledge actually looks really nice, and I really like the taunt for Whirlwind Ting Lu. That seems pretty useful.
Yeah, and blocking hazards. That looks just really fire. I love Goldengo, actually, like, even more. Goldengo looks like the end of days for our opponent here.
It does.
I think it's so likely that Clefable leads, anticipating our... Well, but then Goldengo might lead as well, predicting... I think I want to lead with Goldengo, and if they lead with Goldengo, I think we go immediately into Tusk. Okay, it looks like they're a little excited.
Yeah. I say let's give that a shot.
Okay, they did immediately lead gold. We could also, well, no, I don't want to Tera Steel in this matchup. Let's go Tusk. Okay, they're going to be scared as well. Cool. Do we want to rock here, or is that not worth it? Do we want to just go hard Hatterene?
Here, I mean, like, honestly, chipping down like Kyurem seems nice, but then it doesn't seem very useful for everything else because, you know, Dragonite often runs boots. And
we
this
could
doesn't
just
seem to
knock.
have removal, so I feel like boots
Actually,
on D-Knight are possible. I feel like knock is more important, is better here, personally.
Let's do that. Okay, and it's going to Ruination and miss, which is great. We could Headlong just for damage. We could Rock.
I still don't think rocks are super value, but we could do it if you think maybe it would be nice.
I think I'm just going to Headlong in the Ruination, and then we can go Hatterene next turn. I think that's fine.
Yeah, works. That works.
Okay, Clef, I'm down to Nuzzle this. That's fine.
I don't think.
Okay, it's Helmet. That's kind of annoying, but like that's not the end of the world. I think we Psychic Noise here.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, we get knocked.
Wow.
I think we just Psychic Noise more. I mean,
huge.
do we? Well, we want to keep this thing alive, don't we?
Also, notably, it did just reveal Magic Guard, so.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. We do want to keep that. Be aware of that. So that's good for Frostmoth. We do want to keep Hatterene alive. I feel like it's kind of nice to have sort of healthy, but it might be already too late for that. I think we go hard gold here. I don't think you ever click hazards as this Clefable here.
Yeah, I agree. We could. Do you think does Nasty Plot make it rain KO Lou at this point?
Absolutely it does. Actually, wait. Yeah, it does.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I think we do it. Oh wow, what? Okay. That's kind of an insane play.
Wow, that was... Ooh.
I really don't want to lose gold.
I really don't. We could go back to Tusk. It did seem to take 2, but it could be Scarf is the only problem.
We could go hard Ninetales as well.
Does it take 2?
Yeah, it takes 2 Scarfs. I think we do that. It's a little aggressive, but like...
It's fine. I think it's
fine. And it was indeed the set. We can go Moth.
Yeah. I think
we could also go Sarah Ledge. I think Moth is a little better.
No.
Okay, that's
honestly,
totally fine.
Yeah, Moth does sound a little better.
I'm inclined to go immediately Goldango here. I'm tired of being bullied by this. I think and this dies now. Unless we get a very bad roll. This dies, we get an absolute minimum roll. That is awesome.
Wow.
Okay, let's, well that sucks, but yeah.
Bye-bye.
At least, I mean, that blows.
Really bad. Wow, that really sucks, yeah.
Like, we can kill this thing with the Make It Rain here, so that's kind of good, but that's super annoying. We could Tera Steel and kill this here with a Shadow Ball and guaranteed live.
We could, and then I don't think we're gonna because I feel like Frostmoth's defensive typing is actually kind of nice. So yeah, I say let's just do that.
Okay, I feel like that went pretty well, honestly, but this is still really tough because we're kind of about to just lose to a Kyurem, aren't we? Like low-key. I think we have to stay in here.
This, right?
Yeah, we have to stay in here.
Okay.
I'm thinking if this thing is, I think we go Sarah Ledge here. Well, we could go Moth. What do you think about Moth here? Just
I think this is a Moth angle, personally.
But if we go Moth and Dragonite comes in, like, do we not just, like, lose immediately?
Does E-speed do? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It'll Tera.
Yeah, it'll tear. I mean, it's yeah.
This is pretty bad.
That Ting-Lu living was disastrous, and I want to
I
tell you
think
that
it
was like a
lost us
94% roll. Like that thing
I think
never
that
should
lost
have
us the
lived
game.
that.
I think
Yeah,
that unironically lost us the
because
game.
we did how much?
That
We did
is
65. Actually, it wasn't it like it was yeah. Minimum roll was 63.6, and we did 65, which rounding down. That was a
wow.
horrendously bad roll that probably did cost us the game.
We could.
But like nothing else lives a Specs Earth power here, so it's like
I think we kind of have to just kind of go for it and
yeah,
sort of hope it's like.
let's do it, I guess. Okay, it's physical. All right, so I think we have to sack Moth here, and then we can go Saraledge.
Yeah, I think this is a Saraledge. I guess let's hope. Yeah, those rocks. Oh man, that is just so bad.
Do we? You know what we should? Okay, they've given us hope. We can start bulking up here.
Wait,
I think they messed up.
Wait, yeah, you're right. Wait,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, yeah, you're right. Do you think they're T-Wave? Probably not, right?
Probably not. We also could go. Okay, here's a play I like better. We go immediately Hatterene here. If they get paralyzed, we can Healing Wish up Ninetales, get up Veil.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
actually,
let's do that.
should we go Tusk first to do that plan? To sack it? I think we do.
Yeah.
I think we
you know
go
what?
Tusk
That's
first.
probably-
Oh no, they
Okay.
immediately just catch us. Okay. Okay, maybe we got totally cooked there and we should have just not been greedy and bulked up. Okay, we hold up, we get the Bitter Blade. It's not loaded dice, that's good. I think we still just lose to D-Knight here, but okay,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that mistake again. I'm spamming bulk up. Okay, they immediately get the knockoff kind of okay, it's not looking great,
shoot.
but is that enough? Do we start clicking Shadow Sneak now, or do we boost up more?
How much do we need for Sneak to kill Kyurem at this point?
Oh, it's still not killing. That's amazing. We need another one. So I'm going to go for another
Alright,
one.
we need to do it.
And Kyurem, how much is Kyurem taking now? Kyurem has 96% chance to die. I'm clicking Bitterblade now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Does Dragonite kill us with an Earthquake is another important question. 87% chance to. I think we go with those odds and click Bitterblade still.
Let's do it.
Come on, Saraledge. You didn't get paralyzed. That's a great first step. I think Sneak... No, Sneak doesn't even close to kill. Not even close. We can critical hit. No, we don't. Okay. I feel like, we got totally rolled by an awful roll. We absolutely had a good matchup.
I feel like we absolutely just got... Honestly, that like lost us the game on the spot, honestly.
No, it absolutely did. I feel like that was, because if we could have just gotten Veil, but we also honestly made mistakes. I feel like we could have... Saraledge looks so good, but okay, the good news is that was our fault, that was our fault and bad RNG. The matchup was good.
Yeah, I feel like the team did fine. It was just we just kind of unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, okay, Moth doesn't look that amazing here because there's a low kicks. Saraledge looks really good though.
Saraledge, yeah, wow. Tera Saraledge I think can just win.
Yeah, I mean we need to get it pretty darn boosted because once again, there's a low kicks, and we have Tera Grass, but it's...
That's true.
It's not bad.
Gold
looks really nice as well.
In that department, at least.
How do you feel about just leading with Veil, just immediately? Or do you want to start Hatterene because of the Garg?
I mean, we could just Ninetales into Hat.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'll give you clicking power this time round.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just Veil. Because there's no spin blocker as well, so... Oh, I was thinking we'd Veil. Sure. If we weren't going to Veil, I don't quite understand the point.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, but yeah, I guess we can Sinoise now. But yeah, I figured we'd Veil and then we'd,
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fair.
Because...
My bad. Sorry, I clicked way too fast there.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, you're right. Tusk Tread, wow.
Tusk for sure.
Out the Tusk and Treads here.
We just go Tusk here. I mean, we can set rocks, we can click. They also have nothing for Headlong Rush, which is insane, but I don't know if you picked up on that.
I actually think Headlong looks free, really free.
No, fair enough. Let's do it.
They do have a Tusk, but I mean, I like shipping that for Sarah Ledge, so I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And also, we could even end up being in a situation where, well, no, we probably do Tera Sarah Ledge here anyway. But
Oh, damage.
okay, that's gonna be interesting. This does outspeed us,
It does.
so
It does.
we've gotta.
We could go Dengo.
I like gold here. Yeah, because a
Yeah.
lot of these are running this like Terra Electric BS these days, so
Yeah.
I like
They do
gold
really.
for
I have
that.
seen a lot of plot lately.
We could also go Moth immediately here. Okay, good.
Okay,
Good
good,
thing
we
we
didn't.
went gold. Yeah, actually, Moth maybe could have like subbed up and started. I'm thinking just
No,
immediately make it
it
rain.
probably we would have to Terra.
That's
though,
true.
Is the problem.
That's true.
We could raw make it rain.
I
but
think that's
feel like this
absolutely
probably
the play.
Terra's, right?
I mean, if it Terras, it Terras, but then it's Terra'd. You know, that's like that. Now that
That's true.
resource is
So
gone.
so honestly, we could just chuck one off.
I think
right?
that's yeah. I think I'm totally in favor of just throwing off and make it rain.
Yep.
Because if they want to like Terra water or something, then our
Let's go.
This is why you fish for the Terras. Someone asked when Bruxish stream. I forgot to block my channel, my PMs, but I do want to build Bruxish at some point.
That does sound fun. With like Swords Dance, like Dazzling or something.
I feel like you nasty plot and then make it rain again, kind of like.
I mean, this might click flip is my only thing. It might be AV flip.
That's a good point. Do you just want to go Frostmoth here? I feel like we can.
Yeah, that seems okay.
I mean, because Frostmoth, just because of the whole low kick situation, is
Ooh.
not that great offensively this game. So
What do you think of Substitute here?
I like sub here. That seems good. Because yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because now we
and
can ship low kicks a little
now
bit.
we can QD. Can't we? Or do we just
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
click
yeah.
Ice Beam? But no, I think low kicks dies at +1, so we do QD here.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's gonna U-turn.
Nice. Okay, Treads is here.
I mean, this thing can't do that much. I'm in favor of just.
I mean, it could. No, it's knockoff. I was worried about like a steal move, but yeah, no.
I think we just double Ice
think we
Beam.
Yeah, let's just Ice Beam. Why not?
Oh, cool. Is this
Oh,
gonna
wow,
die? I
okay.
think this might die. It died. Okay, splendid. That's great news. Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the
You want a
donation.
sub?
I mean, knockoff
Maybe?
does 50%, so
Wow. Okay.
we're not living that.
I think we could just Ice Beam.
I think
then,
you
right?
just I think you just keep clicking Ice Beam. I see no reason to deviate from
Oh,
the
it's
plan.
AV.
It's AV and
it
it's
was Iron
Iron Head. I mean, I still think
Ooh.
that was a totally fine deal. Frostmoth is close to dead. We could preserve it and
I don't
healing
think
with
there's
shot
any
potentially.
point though.
I mean, it's really good against Prim, and it's pretty much good against everything remaining except this Treads. But the
Yeah,
only way we
actually, you know
chip
what?
this
we could healing
Treads.
wish it. We could healing wish it. So yeah, maybe.
But like at the same time, Terragrass Cerulege kind of does the same thing. I think you just click Ice Beam and take the chip. I don't think we need to play
Yeah.
games.
Honestly, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because then +1 bulk up should be able to, or not even +1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm inclined to go
We could-
Ninetales, set up a Veil, and then kill this thing. I think it dies to a freeze dry.
It should. Yeah.
Even with the Salt Vest, I think it's dying. That's
Yep.
so funny how little that did.
Beautiful. All right, I think we can freeze dry. Yeah.
Yep. Oh wow,
Oh,
it's
wow,
like
lit.
max but FAV. Oh, but it click knockoff. Beautiful. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Freeze dry again.
Yep, that looks good. And if Dio comes in, we click Encore immediately.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Or actually, wait a minute. Wouldn't freeze dry just kill it?
Not if it clicks Recover or Bulky Calm Mind. Is
Oh
my
yeah,
fear.
yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. This is here again.
Do we just... Well,
feel-
okay, I kind of want to preserve this just in case some, like, Tusk BS. I think we just go gold here. Looks fine to me.
Yeah. Dango
I
seems
don't
okay.
want to end up, like, we try to bulk up with Cerulege, and then the Tusk starts bulking up, and you know what I'm saying?
It's.
Oh, you can just make it rain here. It'll do, like,
bet.
a million, and then it'll die, and then, you know, it'll be fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't we just go Sarah Lich here and just win?
I was thinking you go Ninetales, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because you can outspeed freeze dry here. Okay. Probably you can click freeze dry once and then encore next turn. I think
person
it's fine.
in chat, yeah, we'll do freeze dry. Someone in the chat said that we weren't sure if it had a steal move, which yeah, we weren't sure if it would have a steel move. I was thinking it could potentially if it were like steel beam, but since it revealed knock, Iron Head is not a very common move on Iron Tread, so my thought process was sort of that, you know, it probably wouldn't have something to hit Frostmoth very well, but since it was AV, yeah, Iron Head makes sense.
We encore here for sure in case of bulk
Yeah,
upsets.
1,000,000%. Million percent. I think this is one, but
I think so too, but we got to be careful.
yeah, I fully agree. I fully agree.
Frightening thing, if it has the right defensive Tera, like if it's steel here, potentially we could lose even if we encore it. But I think that's just Tera games.
Well, we have Great Tusk. And
Okay, we
Sarah Lich.
immediately go hard Hatterene and click Psychic Noise on this.
Yeah. I agree. Actually, I think we can just click it like. I think we could just like win.
I think we click twice and win because of how encore mechanics work. It's locked in another turn. Yeah. Oh, we just kill red. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that was good. Let's. I'm liking the Sarah Ledge. I'm thinking the Sarah Ledge. Yeah.
I'm actually liking it. Yeah, I'm actually like pretty impressed. Actually, the pole matchup feels weird. And so speaking of, look what we got here. All right, I guess
so
it's time to see.
We'll get to test
see
the
how
theory. I'm inclined to lead Hatterene on the Glamora, and click Psychic Noise.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't think they don't really run very often run poison moves to my knowledge.
No,
so.
they run Mortal Spin, but they never run Sludge Bomb. In fact, if it clicks Mortal Spin here, Helmet plus the Psychic Noise is a good shot to
break
kill.
It out. You bet. It should just KO it.
It should. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Hatterene. Oh, we nuzzle. This is.
Yep.
This is a dream come true. This is an absolute dream come true. I see no reason to sack our Hatterene. I think we keep it around. I'm gonna go Tails here and get up a Veil.
Why should we hold on to it? Because everything outspeeds.
Just as a sack, because I mean it's just gonna click.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunate critical hit cudgel, but we're fine next turn. And they want to stay in. I'm down to click freeze dry and kill this thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like the only issue is Dengo, but then like we have Tusk, so it's like fine.
We abso-freaking-lutely just go Sarah Ledge here. Easiest Sarah Ledge of my life. Discharge, bro. What is that? Okay, I'm gonna still keep bulking up, but that's ridiculous.
Discharge in turn 1 para is insane. Do you think we can afford?
I'm gonna Bitterblade here. If we get tricked, yeah. Because if we get tricked, I want to be in on Bitterblade, not sneak.
Yeah. 100%. Okay. Wow, this is going really well.
this game is going fantastic.
Oh, it's Dragon Dance. Nice.
Okay. We don't die to Phantom Force. We could Terra Grass here. Phantom Force is doing like 50. What do you think? But we might get parried is the thing.
I'm about Moth, but
I mean we have
a little work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Bitterblade normally here.
You know what? Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay, unfortunate RNG, but I'm gonna just click Bitterblade again, and then we can just go Tusk and finish this off.
Yeah, that's fine. The only question is, does Phantom Force?
We can sack Hatterene here.
Yeah, no, but that's sack Hat and then go Tusk.
I think Sarah Ledge is exactly as useless as Hatterene at this point, though. I guess it can Shadow Sneak a Moth, so we'll sack. I was
gonna say it can sneak, so potential chip.
And I think we just knock here. Seems fine.
Yep, 100%. Honestly, Tusk could just win from this point.
I mean, they have Tera, but it could. Theoretically, yeah. Okay, they seem like they want a Tera here.
Yeah. Do we want to hold on to this for Gambit? I think we might.
I think we go Sarah Ledge here, actually, because I feel like it's going to probably click.
I think this is a ledge angle. I agree.
Okay, good Psychic on their part. Do we go Frostmoth and Tera Electric here?
You know what? Let's do it.
Okay, they didn't switch. Great start. We sub.
This is why I like max HP, because look at that. I think the sub would not have like lived if we subbed there. So
do we immediately Terra Blast the King Gambit coming in here, or do we click sub? Is the question.
I think we want to sub so that way we can like. Well,
I think we just Terra Blast. I don't think it gives us anything.
Honestly, does it 2-KO Gambit, like offensive Gambit?
I mean, it does, but the thing is, you know how much Sucker Punch is doing to us? It's doing 93 max. So like.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, we just Terra Blast. Yeah, I was just worried about like Sucker, with, 4 Supreme. So.
I think we go Tusk on this.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good Iron Head. Gotta respect that. I think I'm gonna headlong, and if they sucker, we can go tails and get up a veil.
Yep, I agree. Yep. Bit of a surgical endgame, but I think we got it.
Okay, I'm gonna go Moth. I'm gonna
Yep.
QD.
Okay, okay. I think, do we just start trucking off Tera Blast? I think it 2 KOs.
It does, yeah. And I think that is precisely what we do.
Iron Headed. Oh, they might
Okay.
be like low kick last. If that's what they're clicking.
We sub here. This thing actually does
Yeah.
0 to us with every single attack.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
We
gonna...
could literally just spam QD.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna start clicking attacks just because I'm a little afraid of what this thing could potentially one day do.
Yeah, you 2 KO it anyway. Yeah. Nice. Oh, shoot.
Okay, this is why we click attacks, folks. You never know
This
when
is
it'll
why we
pull
click
out some
attacks.
absolute BS.
Yup.
It proceeded
No,
to be Tera Electric plus getting every boost. Saraledge was an absolute hero that game. I think we probably... Okay, so on one hand, I'm like, oh, King Gambit was kind of scary. On the other hand, King Gambit wouldn't have been scary if our Saraledge didn't get parried immediately by a discharge. So...
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that was just like a scary situation, mostly set up from bad luck, I think. Because I think like across Tusk and Tera Saraledge plus you know, bulk up. And honestly, Hatterene too. I honestly think our Tusk, no wait, no, I was thinking of Tusk. No, I feel like our matchup into King Gambit is not that bad. Plus, we also have Encore, Ninetales, and Veil and such.
Yeah, I think ground is worth considering to help a little bit, force King Gambit to Terra earlier. The other thing is with Taunt Saraledge, that makes our Moltres matchup pretty nice. I think we're not as worried about Molt, so I think Terra ground might be better on this, but I think we can test a little bit more. I'd say we keep, because I like Electric more unless King Gambit is an issue. So I think we can keep our eye on King Gambit, but not change anything yet necessarily.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm open to that. But I do think like we should like I think like ground with Saraledge, I do think ground definitely has a stronger use case.
Yeah, I'd agree. So I tell you what, well we can test both. You can change it for your game or yeah, you can search whenever you're ready.
I think we could just try Alec.
Okay. Do you want me to search or are you searching? I don't want us to get two games at once.
I do not have the pace, so if it's no problem,
could whoops, you, yeah. I'll load up the team. I'll send this to you after the stream, though. I guess I'll post it for everybody after the stream. All shall have access to the legendary Frostmoth.
All right. Here's wow, Quackleval. We were talking about it during building, and I didn't think we'd actually run into one. Let's see. Let's see. So actually, I'm not like horribly afraid. I feel like Ninetales might not be a bad lead, but
yeah. I don't hate it.
But I'm a little worried about Crown possibly, because then it could get tempo on us.
I kind of want to actually lead with gold here because I expect it's going to be a Crown or a Petron, and here's how I want to start this game. I want a nasty plot with gold, and then I want to kill a King Gambit immediately. I don't think we need Tera Electric this game. I don't think Frostmoth is going to be that good. Well, okay, actually, but I guess there's just the low kicks there. I feel like killing the King Gambit would just be so good.
I'm trying to think if we need Tera on anything else. I mean, on paper, honestly, I think we don't need Tera on anything else now that I'm looking at it a little more.
I just feel like Goldengo is our best way to punch holes in this matchup.
All right, let's do it. Okay, nice.
And I'd nasty plot immediately, and then I imagine it's going to be a Volt switch into Gambit, and then we're just going to get rid of it, eliminate the...
All right, let's do it. Terra Steel, Terra Steel, make it rain?
Yes, sir. Okay, this might actually kill an Iron Crown. We'll see.
Well,
it depends on the set.
No.
Oh, baby.
Oh my goodness.
This is why I love this Pokemon. Okay, because see, here's the thing. We can go Tails here and just Veil up.
You bet. No, this is a Tails angle. Oh man, sorry for my harsh laugh. I was just not expecting that.
That did so much.
It could be. It's not banned.
No,
right?
that's just max attack. That's just max.
Yeah,
Tusk is just a strong guy. That's all there is here.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is I actually could maybe see Scarf because the speed control on this team is not amazing.
If it's
Oh
Scarf,
man.
it's Scarf. But I think we Veil here.
Oh
Yeah.
nice.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. And
Nice. Do we want to go Tusk here maybe to get some rocks up for low kicks?
Tusk sounds good. Yeah. Okay, that's not great. It's this. Did this Iron,
But
this King Gambit just click rocks on us? Like dead
it
ass?
did.
Okay.
What?
I guess let's get our own rocks up. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say. The
That
good thing is
is
Petron comes in and this is a free gold.
that's true. Well,
If they go into Tusk, we go into our Tusk.
okay, fair enough.
Okay,
Okay.
nicely done. It does hit us here. I think we actually Hatterene looks pretty good here.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was just thinking for a sec.
Okay,
That does
that's
seem okay.
great. They didn't even spin. That's beautiful. I think we nuzzle here. They never sack their Tusk when we have that gold on the field.
I agree. I agree.
And
Okay,
there we
that's
go.
good.
There goes the helmet as well. I'm down to go into our Tusk this time. Especially with that helmet on, we can actually now click just headlong pretty
Headlong a
well.
little bit more freely.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down to rapid spin here. I think that's a fine trade.
Okay. Nice. Okay, now we know about the gambit with rocks. That's good at least. Do you want to knock?
Is it boots?
It might be because it didn't reveal an item yet.
If it's boots, I feel like we're not getting that much out of knocking. I feel like we just
Yeah.
headlong here and
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing that takes this very comfortably. Oh,
Okay,
and you
great.
2KO it. Nice.
well, if we outspeed. But yeah, I think we do it again. Just headlong.
It probably will. It's a speed tie, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah. Or sorry, I'll let you.
Theoretically, we could go Frostmoth, but
Doesn't that get two shot here?
does it?
No, it actually doesn't. So that's true. We could do that.
I feel like it could headlong here, though. So, do we
Well,
need
headlong
Tusk
doesn't
still
2-hit
for-
KO.
Do you think we need Tusk for Gambit still? I mean, now that it's
My
probably,
concern
like,
is when
more-
we kill this, we're gonna get Quack Revolve. That's like what's the fear in my head. But that's even worse with Frostmoth. So I think we probably do just headlong here.
Okay.
Okay,
And
we
we win,
outspeed.
thank you.
The other thing is I was getting the vibe that might not be, an actual scary
Okay,
set. Okay.
here it is.
So how do we not get quacked?
I think.
Could go hard
It's gonna
nine
click
tails.
Well, if it collects Aqua Step, then that's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I think. Well, that's a good point because we don't. Maybe the mistake was just.
Actually, I think I have an idea. I think
Okay.
we go for damage with the headlong here, and I think we go Hatterene.
Okay, seems fair. Yeah. All right, and is Hatterene living? I like it.
It should. It should.
Oh, you're right. It actually does. Okay, beautiful. Let's do that, and
Okay,
then
if it-
just
and if it ends up Terraing,
Terra
think it should
Electric
matter.
is a thing on these, so I think you click Psychic Noise here.
well, yeah, we always sign noise, but
Yeah.
I was just like,
Okay,
Okay.
the Crockerball switched, which is a huge W in my mind.
that is really nice for sure.
Um,
Okay. This is probably clicking Ironhead.
Yeah, we can kind of win this game with Veil plus King Gambit is the thing. So
We could. What do you think of Healing Wish here? No, we need this healthy, actually.
yeah.
We could maybe Dengo here and just get chip on this.
I feel like Goldango is kind of our win con though.
It is. Yeah, that's true. It's our
What do
way
you
to
think
break
about
Kesha.
Sarah Ledge here? Just like hard Sarah Ledge.
Do you think Sarah Ledge is okay?
Okay, could work.
Let's just do it. I don't think Sarah Ledge is like extremely valuable.
You could
Oh, yeah.
bulk up here as well on the potential sucker.
I think we bulk up.
The other thing is to consider its only attack might be, and we could actually go gold here and throw off and make it rain, which is nice.
Yeah, I think we should be able to tank that.
Okay, beautiful. Question now is here, do we recover or do we just throw off a big make it rain?
I think we just throw one off. I mean,
Okay, let's do it.
Because we're still at a nice HP.
Oh, yes. The
we'll
threat
take it.
dies. This absolutely dies, by the way. Resistance. Even, I don't care if that Quackable is AV max SpinF. Bro is dead there.
Dead as a doornail. We could honestly be more aggressive with Hatterene now if we want.
I agree. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
thinking now that Quack's gone, I think we go Hatterene right here.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
honestly okay.
Nicely done. You got to give props props for that. That was nice. That was well played.
That was a good play. Yeah.
Um, but
We
I think
could.
we just veil and then we win with gold. I feel
Yeah,
like.
that's what I was thinking too. I think we can honestly just veil up. We could
Okay.
encore this.
I mean the thing is it just like might go immediately into low kicks is my concern. I think
Oh yeah.
you could just go hard gold here because I feel like encore doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
yeah, that's true. All
Like
right,
there's no
let's
way
just go
it's like
Dengo.
SD sucker. Yeah, okay, so that worked out. I
Okay.
think you recover here and then we
Yeah,
start
I agree.
doing Goldengo things.
I agree.
We
Okay.
can we can
Nasty
nasty
plot.
plot and then we do the
Yeah,
big
nasty
one.
plot. Make it rain.
Yep. Okay, that
Eve.
doesn't matter. Like that's funny, but that doesn't matter. Everything
All
still
right.
dies. Okay, it had
Bye
sucker,
bye.
but it gets parrots, which is cool. And actually, that makes us so that we don't die to low kicks knock anymore, which is weirdly nice.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of nice. So we
Um,
could.
do we
Do we want
outspeed
to make it rain here
this?
to cover for Tera?
I think we can just shadow ball. I mean, well,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's
okay,
fine.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It's fine, and then we make it rain.
Nice. Wow. Holy Dengo game. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Goldengo doing Goldengo. Goldengo did
Yeah.
what Goldengo do that game. That's for sure.
I think honestly, Dengo was a really great shout. It fits really well with Frostmoth. I think that's really nice.
That was solid. So here's the question we've got to ask ourselves: is this team great or is it just good?
That's
Or
a
do we
good
not
question.
know? Or do we not know yet? Maybe we need to test more.
I think it's solid. I actually am really impressed with Noctusk. I think Noctusk actually was like a really good shout. It's felt really good.
I agree. That was a very good idea by you.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. I've actually been pretty. I'm a little what I feel like the main thing that I'm a little uncertain about is while Saraledge is good, I can't help but feel like there could be something better.
I think in the last slot, if we go these five, Sarah Ledge is the absolute best we can get.
I think you're probably. I think you're right. I feel like possible angles are dropping one of Tusk or Hatterene and then just picking something to help shore up some of those bad matchups. That could be an angle. But honestly, I've actually really liked Hatterene. Like Nuzzle has felt really nice, especially with Dengo being such like a strong breaker. So honestly, I actually do really like this 6. I'm not sure if I would call it a great team. I feel like we'd have to play more with it, but
Yeah.
it feels solid at the very least. Because it's definitely the only games we really lost were ones that were kind of unlucky.
I mean,
We've
with this
won
Sarah
every other
Ledge
time.
team, with this Sarah Ledge team, there's been one singular loss, and that was due to playing mistakes on our part and bad luck. So, I feel like, I've been pretty impressed with the Sarah Ledge version, but I do think you're also right in the sense that we can take Frostmoth further. I feel like it's going to look very different, though.
I agree.
But
I actually do like this idea. I feel like this is on the breaker Dengo has been a really great had an amazing showing, and I think it really fits Frostmoth.
And I could see them being together on a team as well, but the main change would be letting go of hazards. Basically,
I agree.
It would be just kind of letting go of being super good against hazards. I gotta say I don't think leftovers was crucial in that many of our games. To be honest, I think Boots Frostmoth is worth considering as well.
I think I agree with you. It's felt like it's helped, but it's not been extremely vital. Especially because it feels like half the time we're sort of just kind of clicking Quiver Dance once and just kind of going ham. It might just be better to go to kind of commit to Quiver Dance with heavy duty boots and just be more offensive. We could do that.
Yeah, I think it's worth considering. And then I guess the other question is, so when we build teams like this, there's always obviously when you give a Pokemon a bunch of support and build around it and, oh, did we not say GG back? Whoops. I said it. They're still there.
No.
Okay, good. We got it. Also, actually,
All right,
before I go on this rant, quickly acknowledge we got a $20 donation for something or other in chat. Thank you so much. He says every Frostmoth team is great. So we've got a Frostmoth fan, it seems.
Also, somebody in the chat said this is so funny to me that this is 4-6 of the OG Levani webs. Like whenever Ozma's involved, there's one team to slap a bad bug type on. And the funny thing is, yeah, I think you're kind of right. I really like weird bug types.
Mhm.
So I mean, honestly, when Pinkacross like suggested Frostmoth to me, I was like rubbing my hands together like excitedly because I love this Pokemon. This Pokemon's
Mhm.
awesome. I love
And
goofy bug types.
but yeah, that is kind of the last question we have to ask, which is obviously Quivernant's a great move, but we had some moments where the speed wasn't so awesome, like Meowscarada outspeeding us even after a QD and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So it's like we gave it a bunch of support. Was it worth it? Is Frostmoth worth? Is it OU viable? And does it deserve our respect?
Yes. I'm actually like, yes, I genuinely think so. I just think it's a little team reliant, I think is really the big thing. You have to like really build around it and also try to sort of shore up its I feel like you have to shore up its reliance on Tera just a little bit, which is part of why I really liked Goldengo because it made Frostmoth feel less like an anchor and more like a competent win condition that
Mm-hmm.
was able to work alongside these breakers as opposed to just being like the sort of like the sole thing that we're trying to over focus on, right? Which I've actually really liked. It's felt more like a it's felt like more self-sufficient than I was like expecting it to.
Yeah.
I just think it's sort of one of those things where you kind of have to think about how it sort of the I think a lot of it is going to come down to figuring out the EV spread that's optimal. Because I really think like sub Ice Beam, Terra Blast, Quiver Dance is the way to use it. Substitute just feels so good.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but I
Um,
think HDB sets can run sub just fine. Like as I said, in these
yeah,
games, there have not been a lot of moments where leftovers was important. There were a few. We definitely had some, but only like one game I think was leftovers crucial for the win. Um, and then you've got to ask
yeah,
yourself, well, sure, leftovers was crucial for the win, but imagine if you didn't have to worry about hazards. How crucial would that have been for the win? Um,
yeah,
so yeah, but
exactly.
I
Honestly,
agree. I was super impressed with Frostmoth's performance. It was not that much better than I thought it would be, but it was because I thought it would be good. It's a freaking Quiver Dance Pokemon with Ice Beam. I mean, come on. In a metagame with Tera, like that's
yeah,
yeah. So I was impressed with Frostmoth. I think it's absolutely worth using. I'll do a little poll here, and we'll talk about um, Frostmoth part 2, and we'll see what the opinions are on that. And of course, if we're willing and you've got the time, you'd be welcome to join for that again, so we can
absolutely.
keep
That
cooking.
sounds great. I'll be free for for about a month or so before I go back to college, so I'd be super happy to come back on again. I had a good time.
Okay, fantastic. But yeah, no, I think so. Here's some of the takeaways, I guess we could say, is this team, I think if we want to go with a leftovers Frostmoth Veil team and kind of go that really good hazard support route, I feel like what we have is pretty good. Um, we could potentially try different, I guess, hazard control version with
Yeah,
maybe treads over Tusk and something different over Sarah Ledge and Goldengo.
yeah.
Um,
I think
but I think
everything includes
Hatterene was great.
Frostmoth is the next big lead, if I had to say.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think, like, yeah, the other approach we take is that HDB where we give up on being so good against hazards, and that opens up the team a lot more. But I will say, one thing I like about this team is we took advantage of that really hazard resilience in more than one way, because Sarah Ledge hates them too. So we
Yeah,
didn't waste the Hatterene and Tusk. It's not like we ran Hatterene Tusk and then we just had like
yeah.
a
It
freaking
helps
like Boots
Ninetales
D
too,
Knight.
honestly.
Yeah, it helps Ninetales. So I think we might want to test this further. We might have just made like a rank 1 2100 elo team here. I don't know. We'd have to look further. But I think it's a very definite possibility. This team seems really strong for all its strangeness. So
Yeah, totally.
I'd say
I
in,
I
in
fully
part
agree.
2, I'd be down to maybe start with like testing this a bit further. And if we're impressed with it, we can just keep going, and it can be like a battling stream where we tweak EVs and change a thing here or there, try a, covert cloak Sarah Ledge or whatever, and, try what we want to try.
Yeah,
And if it doesn't
absolutely.
work so well, then we can transition to an HDB.
Absolutely, yeah, I fully agree. Like while I definitely think that like there are some things maybe we could like tweak here and there for sure. I think this team has the roots and the groundwork to be potentially very good. so long as we sort of like have a sort of nuanced game plan into some of the more awkward matchups like Polt and Ogrepon.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, which honestly didn't feel like the worst things ever once we added Saraledge.
Yeah, Paul was surprisingly not that bad, even though we were sitting here with three ghosts weaknesses and no immunities. Frostmoth helps a lot with that, and that's I think another thing that people maybe kind of didn't think about quite so hard is that there were a lot of cases in this game where we were switching Frostmoth in on special attackers, and like it's
Yeah,
doing a lot on the defensive department. This you may notice our entire team is like pretty defensively inclined, except Sarah Ledge. It's a bit spit off, but like that's pretty huge work as well, which is nice.
yeah. Honestly, I you have like convinced me on this Dengo set. Holy camoli, I love this set.
Yeah, I
Oh
first
man,
heard of it from SRN, and I was like, and immediately I latched onto it because I'm a greedy guy. I like my modest natures. Like seriously, I'm so greedy that when I run a Kartana in Gen 8, I want to go adamant. I don't, but I want to. So when someone told me about a modest Tera Steel, Make It Rain, and I saw that it beat Calm Mind Blissey, I was like, oh yeah. Let's
sign me up.
let's sign. I'm so down, and it's one of my
Yeah,
favorite things to slap on Veil because it just shreds the stall matchup, and then random bulky team, like any random team that doesn't have, I mean, even that one that had things to hit gold, they had a Quackable, they had a Tusk. We were just like, hey,
just click make it
what
rain.
if we just click Make It Rain? And it's like, yeah, that'll do it. So, okay, that sounds great. Part two, awesome. Thank you guys
Yeah,
very much
let's.
for attending.
Yeah,
I'll put the
it was
stream in the
great to be
chat
here.
soon. And yeah, thank you, Ozma, for joining. Thanks for taking the time out of your Saturday to come and play some Pokemon and
Yeah,
build a
absolutely. Thank
Frostmoth.
you all again for having me, and it was also very fun to read through the stream I had. If any
Mhm.
of you ever want any like tips or anything like you want like feedback on your teams and stuff, I'm always happy to. You can message me on Discord or message me on Smogon. I'm more than happy to, lend
Mhm.
a hand or an ear. And yeah, it was just great to be
Yeah.
here. I'm really thank you so much, Pick Across. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. And also, guys, remember to check out Ozma's YouTube channel. A lot of very kind of OU specific content. Ozma also is on the council. So if you ever wondered that big bad government that does all the things you hate and never bans quickly enough or bans too much, you can check out and see what some of the insight is there, and
Yeah,
get anything with that, which is cool too. I think sometimes people don't realize what a thankless job being on the council is, and you can get some insight behind where those decisions go. It
yeah,
is
absolutely.
not a power hungry, thoughtless organization. There is a lot of thought there. So yeah, check out the YouTube channel. And I think that's it. I'm going to try to wrap up this stream. We're going to time it right. So let's say go in 3, 2,